What is up, everybody? Happy Sunday. You know what I mean? Lions taking on the Bengals over here. And I want to give a shout to everyone who's jumping in chat. The chat is filled up pretty quick. First comment right here from William. What happened to your Packers? Lost to the Browns and tied the Cowboys. Yeah, I know. We've already covered that. You know what I mean? The Packers, I'm not too worried. You know what I mean? William, the Packers got a dose of reality. Look at it. Hammer in the chat over there, Willie boy. I appreciate you there, Willie. All right, here, let's get to a real comment over here. What's up, Karen? Go Pack, go. Remember, Willie boy, you're in Packers territory. We Packer fans are our fears. Yeah, you know what I mean? Let him have his fun, you know what I mean? Talk that trash, talk that trash right now. We will see what happens come end of the season. I'm not concerned. And the Bears still suck. Bears, absolutely garbage town, you know what I mean? And here we go, and this is me.
Still suck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck.
Really in the stream for Bears still suck dances.
Yes, the Bears still suck.
Yeah, there we go. But I need a few beers before I get in full dance mode. You know what I mean? But here we go. We have the Lions. We have the Bengals. Bengals, the Packers play next week. Obviously, Lions division foe. So this is a good game to watch. Good game to see what we got next week. Bengals are without Joe Burrow, so the Bengals are a shell of themselves. But they can get some stuff done. We're gonna find out what they got here today. But I appreciate you, Karen, too. And I think Willie Boy just came in for the little bit of chat. He didn't want to hear anything back, so he bounced out of here. But we're gonna be all right. We got 80 folks tuning in right here to start this ball game. We're gonna have some fun. They got Daryl Johnson in the booth over here, and what's that guy? Kevin Colger. Not really sure who that is, but so we're gonna enjoy some stuff today. You know what I mean? And we could talk about some of the noon games, what we got coming up as well. We got some stuff, and absolutely. We're gonna see where the NFC North stacks up. The Packers and I believe the Bears both have a bye this week, so we're gonna see the Vikings won this morning. We're gonna see where the Lions can. I predict the Lions are going to win this game. No Joe Burrow. It's going to be tough for the Bengals to hang out with the Lions. We're going to see. What are you drinking today? I'm drinking what I'm normally drinking. I work tomorrow, so I'm drinking some Coors Light. I got my fancy little Nick Laylaw beer koozie right here. You know what I mean? Approved. But here we go. Talking about David Montgomery right here. Mount Healthy High School. So it seems like a healthy high school, you know what I mean? But I expect the Lions to win. Probably going to win by a decent amount too. I still think the Bengals, they can get some stuff done, but it's really tough, dude, without your starting quarterback. I'm not even sure who their quarterback starting today. I saw his name earlier when I was looking around, but we're going to find out. If you don't know, we're going to find out together. You might already know. But it should be a good game. But the Lions, dude, after that Week 1 loss to the Packers, dude, I feel like they're playing angry. They're getting after it, so it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, so now Phil's here, so we may begin. We have the kickoff coming up right here, Philly boy. Let's see if we get ourselves returned. I'll let you know when the kickoff happens, so you know if you're ahead or behind me. He's back and getting ready to kick it off, and boom! There goes the kickoff. And we're going to have ourselves a return from about the 5-yard line. He's at the 10, 15, 20. He's on the left side now. He's cut it up middle. He's got some room. He's at the 40, goes down. Really good field position. 43-yard line is where the Lions are going to return this thing to. You know what I mean? Big-time return. That's what you want. Not if you're a Packer fan, but that's what you want your team to do. Get you started off in a decent field position. After the Vikings game, I moved up to 174 in the picks. Dude, yeah, I didn't do good either. The Dolphins lost. We'll go through that some point in this drive. Talk about the noon games, which games we got right or wrong. I remember some of my picks. Here we go. Goff's going to be under center from the 42-yard line. He's got a man in the backfield. Ball in his own 42. He's going to hand this thing off up the middle. No, he's the end around. He keeps it, hands it off right side, and that's going to be a gain of about a yard. Defense saw that coming. I didn't see it coming, but the defense did. Yeah, so Phil, you ahead of me about 30 seconds, huh? Phil's always ahead. I feel like Phil is ahead of the game. Even people who are at the stadium are behind Philly boy. You know what I mean? Before today, Phil was number 13 in the picks. We're going to find out who's what tomorrow. I'm going to go through it. Give some shout-outs. I know it won't be me, but here we go. Goff's going to be under center. He's going to play action, looking to throw. He's got time, tosses it right side to his running back, and he cuts it up, and it's going to be a first down to the other 45-yard line. Past it even. Well, 43 yards to go to the end zone, and the Lions offense is getting after it right here. Low throw, but he was able to get that thing. Gibbs is a baller, though. I mean, that was a screen pass, but he was kind of further out. But either way. First down and 10 now. He's going to be under center ball at the 44-yard line. And they're going to hand this thing. Oh, it's play action. Goff looking to throw left side. He gets rid of it. That's completed. He cuts it upfield now, and he's going to get close to the 20-yard line. Big time first down. Laporta. And the Lions, dude, they're rolling. This game could get ugly. Hopefully the Bengals got something for them. Yeah, he was wide open on the left side right there. Laporta's a beast, too. Lions got some ballers over there. Here we go. First down and 10. Ball to 22-yard line. Goff's going to be under center. He's got a man in the backfield. He's going to hand this thing off. He's going to bounce it right side. He's going to cut it in down to about the 15-yard line. Yeah, about the 15-yard line is where they're marking this thing. Big red zone play coming. I think he posted that a while ago, so that might have been that last play. Either way, Philly boys ain't that far ahead because he would be ahead of the game. Here we go. Goff's going to be under center now. I'm pretty, kind of sticking with this same. See what they're trying to do here. That's going to be a run up the middle, and that's going to be a first down to about the 11.5-yard line. So Gibbs is getting after it. What is up, Roberts? Good afternoon, everyone. Maddie, what's up? We're watching some football over here. We got the Lions, Bengals. Lions are rolling. Goff's 2 for 2, 35 yards. A lot of running action, a lot of play action. Not really a lot of fight by the Bengals defense right here. So hopefully we see a lot of that next week, That's the thing. Packers is coming off a bye, playing the Bengals, having that whole week to kind of prepare. I think they're more than preparing for this game. I think they're, kind of change some stuff up. We're going to find out. Here we go. Under center is Goff. St. Brown's in motion. He's going to hand this thing off up the middle, and he's going to get to about the 10. Not even. About half the yard.
Back. You'll feel that one tomorrow.
If I had $1 for every time I've heard Matt say Laporta, I would be charged a tariff. That's a good word, you know what I mean? All right, so they're going to have about 10 yards to go, just over 10 yards. Gibbs in the backfield. Goff's going to be under center. And they're going to be play action, looking to throw. He's got so much time. Gets rid of it left side. And who is that to for a touchdown? Is that Laporta? The Lions go right down there and make it look easy. I don't think they had anything go wrong for them on that drive. That was just the perfect drive. If the Bengals had 13 on defense, they still wouldn't stop the Lions. You know what I mean? Absolutely. The Lions made it look very, very simple. Laporta. All right, here comes the extra point. It's going to be up. It's going to be good. You know what I mean? There you go. The Lions go right down there and score on their first offensive drive. Can the Bengals do the same? They're going to commercial. We're going to stay here. Let's take a gander there, Mr. Vince. What's going on across the league for these noon games? And did you get your picks right? We're about to find out. We got the producer over here just hammering away back here.
Yes. Give me 1 second to get that screen set up for you.
No problem. Hey, I'll drink while we wait. But I saw that the Dolphins, they lost. That kind of screwed up my picks. You know what I mean? What is up, Aaron? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Touchdown, Lions. You ain't wrong, William. Look at William. He's over here just seeking attention. You seeking attention, William? I'll give it to you. You know what I mean? But we're going to talk about some noon games here. So let's take a look at what we got here. Vikings won 21-17 over the Browns. Then we got the Saints 26-14 over the Giants. The Dolphins lost 24-27 to the Panthers. That was probably the biggest shocker. And the Texans, they won big. Everyone talking about Stroud, I think maybe he got sick of hearing about that because they came out, what was that, 44? Can't really see, 44-13. But yeah, was there some other games I was missing? Or those the same week? The Niners, I think, that was Cowboys 27 to, I think that's 20 over there against the Jets. And 40.
That's 37 to 20.
37 to 20. All right, man, I can't see like that. But yeah, those are your scores right there. Eagles. Did the Eagles lose? Is that final?
The Eagles did lose 18 to 17. It was
18 to 17. My boy Vinny is over there. My other friend Vinny. He's an Eagles fan. I saw him on his Instagram story. Shout out to him. But yeah, that sucks. Eagles. I mean, it doesn't really suck for Packer fans come playoff time. You need the Eagles to get some losses. But for him being at the game, I mean,
it came down to a throw in the end zone that got knocked down. That's how close the game was. Yeah.
Yeah. So they had a battle over there. What is up, Rick? How you doing? Karen says, "Will Laporta be the word of the day?" Probably. He's probably about to ball out. You know what I mean? There we go. Luke says, "Sup, big dog? We keep getting great weather for garage beers. The weather is crazy. Like I'm ready for hoodie weather, but it'd be hot outside. But I'm still wearing the hoodie. We're gonna have a kickoff coming up over here." And let's say, do we got a return? We're going to have ourselves return from about the 1 yard line. He's the 5. That's a 10. 15 to the 20. He's trying to cut it back. He's going to get you right about the 24, 25 yard line is where they're going to be starting this thing off. Vince cheating us on the right of the scoreboard. It was momentarily.
Hey, now. Hey.
Richard Oliver, big Bears fan. If you make the playoffs, what do you mean if? Packers are guaranteed to make the playoffs. The Packers ain't done yet. This ain't the Bears, baby. They made the playoffs the last 2 years. They added pieces. Packers are going to be all right. They want, they want us to be worried about the Packers.
Yeah, Matt, he gets the Samuel L. Jackson face for that one.
That's what he deserves. But shout out to Mr. Richard Oliver. He's a good rep for Bears fans. He gets after it. So you got to respect the game. You know what I mean? But your team sucks there, Richard. That's all I got to say. Aaron, no, that's a different one. Rick, I'm ready for snow, dude. I do like winter. I mean, I like summer too. I'm not trying to rush summer away, but I like hoodie weather for sure. But I would take a snowstorm over like 90 degrees. But anyway, let's get to this game over here. We got the Bengals over here, 2nd down and 10. I think that's Browning. And that quarterback, 25 yard line. He's going to hand this thing off up the middle out of shotgun. And they're going to get past the 30. Decent little run right there. 2nd down for about 7 or 8 yards. It's going to be 3rd down. Icky Woods for 6. Remember the Icky Shuffle? Jamar Chase, let's see if they can get something going with him. Top quarterback like that or a wide receiver like that and have your quarterback be out, it's got to be a bummer. 3rd down and 4. It's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. He's moving his running back to the left side. Back to throw. He's got time. It's running out. He's got to get rid of it. He does not. Flag and a sack. So we're going to see who this flag is on, but we got a sack. That clock ran out quick. So who was this flag on? It was offsides, huh? Offsides on the Lions. Think he got a quick jump? I don't know. Couldn't really tell in that replay. So they're saying he was lined up offsides. All right, because it didn't look like he jumped early. But here we go. We're going to have a run. No, he's got play action. Throws it to his right on first down, and that's going to be – oh, he gets chucked out of bounds, and there's going to be a flag on the play. And the Lions defense playing undisciplined football over here. Yeah, you're going to add 15 to that. I wish the Packers are playing today too, but I think it's good that they have a bye, like where they have it, because get some guys healthy. A lot of injuries, especially on the offensive line. Get things right over there. But yeah, Packer game streams are always more fun. Here we go, 1st down and 10. All right, fake pitch to the left. He's rolling to his right. He's got someone on him immediately. Gets rid of the ball, and that's going to be incomplete. Couldn't come down with it. He had it in his hands, but Higgins, on the way down, lost that thing. Browning's 1 for 2, 11 yards. What do we know about Browning? I feel like he's been around a little bit. He's not a rookie, right? Got to hold on to it, but I think that was good defense, too. As he was coming down, that defender was swatting at that thing. But you got to keep that. You know, imagine that. Kirby with the unnecessary roughness. Color me shocked. You know what I mean? So here we go. 2nd down and 10. They're going to be in shotgun. Now he's got a man to his right. He's got, what we got, like 38 yards to the end zone. He's back to throw. Looking left side, gets rid of it, and that's going to be incomplete. Dude, they were all over.
He's on his back.
That was a bad decision.
You'll feel that one tomorrow.
Yeah, that he put his guy in danger right there. He had 2 guys right there. Threw it high as well, so that's not what you want. Yesterday, I went to watch my brother's band. They were as outside Halloween fest. It was awesome. A lot of fests going on. I noticed it everywhere. But shout out to your brother. You know what I mean? A lot of festivals, it seems like, are going on in Wisconsin these days. Here we go. They're going to be same spot, about 38-yard line, 8:59 to go in the first quarter. He's going to be in shit again. 3rd down and 10. All right, whistles come in, flying. Flags are everywhere. False start on the Bengals. Phil says cheating offense. It's kind of what a flag is. Like, dude, you can't do that. Nine penalties the last game. Was that versus Denver? 6 penalties week 1 through 3. So 3rd down and 15. Browning's going to be in shotgun. He's got Brian Diz left. Can they get something going here? 3rd down and 15. They got a long ways to go. He's back to throw. He's got pressure. Throws a short left side, a little screen, and that gets absolutely nothing. Maybe a yard.
Boom. He's on his back.
That's your
You'll
3rd
feel that one tomorrow.
All right. That's your 3rd and 15 play. Now it's 4th down and 15. Punt team's coming on. Lions defense all jacked up. I like how he's all slapping and high-fiving. He's like, no, get back out there. You have a job. Yeah, dude, I don't know. To me, like, throw it deep, dude. You're the Bengals. You're 2-2. Your quarterback's gone. You're playing the Lions. You're playing one of the better teams in the league. Like, dude, 3rd and 15, you got Jamar Chase. Like, do something. At least take a shot. You know what I mean? Here comes the punt. And that's going to go, it looks like, into the end zone, right? Yeah, it's a touchback. I didn't even see where that ball was. To me, in the spot the Bengals are in, you got to be aggressive right there. 3rd and 15, you at least got to throw it 10 yards, see if a guy can make a miss. But you got wide receivers, you know. But all right, we're going to do the first commercial break so I can use the restroom. I'll be right back after these messages.
The Ultimate fan would know that the Packers played their first ever road game in Ishpeming, Michigan.
An Ultimate fan would know that Coach LaFleur was the 15th head coach and that he won 7 out of his first 8 games.
If anyone should decide who the Ultimate Packers fan is, I should make that call.
Coach LaFleur?
Could you make the cut and become the Quick Trip Ultimate Packers fan presented by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar?
One lucky fan will win a prize pack that includes $50,000 and 2 tickets to every Packers home and away game next season. Full rules at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
Hey man, try this. It's my favorite. Thanks. Whoa, wait. Be careful, I just mopped there.
Yeah, just these. Russell, I swear I see you everywhere.
Yeah, man, I've been busy. See you next time.
What is up? We are back. We got 246 folks watching live. I appreciate you. Let's see if anyone's talking. In the comments, got Phil Boy. He says, how dumb are these punters that cannot stick it inside the 20? Yeah, I felt like in that spot, like, I don't know how you can't, like, you know, I've never punted a ball like that, but, like, I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to kick it out of bounds, you know, try to get it down there. Or at least kick it high. I don't know. They should have that mastered, you think, but what do I know? This sucks. Vikings got better record now. You know what I mean? As of right now. That's the thing, though. Just let the season play out. Packers coming out of a bye, expecting fix some stuff. The offensive line obviously has to get better. I expect the Packers to do some stuff. And they play this Bengals team next season. We're going to see what this Bengals team can do today. But I don't think without your starting quarterback, dude, it is tough. But here we go. The Lions are going to start an offense over here. First down and 10. Goff's going to be under center from the 20-yard line. They're going to play action, looking to throw. And he's got time. He gets rid of it right side, and that's going to be another one to Mr. Laporta. And that's going to be a first down. And, you know what I mean? This is going to be a fun game watching the Lions roll. Lions may win by 50. Yikes kind of goes to show how good the Packers D is. You know what I mean? They shut them down week one. I know that Lion fans are all yelling that they weren't ready. They weren't ready for week one. But yeah, they're playing good right now. We're going to see how this season goes. But let's get to this play here. 7:43 to go in the first quarter. Goff's going to be in shotgun with the man to his left. Ball at the 34-yard line. He's going to hand this thing off right side. Not a lot there. Defense clamped up on that thing, and they're going to give him a yard on it, though. They're going to give him a yard. How Packers play call bounce back. How Packers bounce after bye week. Bears and Vikings still suck. Yeah, I mean, I expect this Packers team come out of the bye. We'll look at that schedule later on today, see who they got coming out of the bye. We're going to have podcasts, too, obviously. Monday, we're doing the Monday night live stream. At Tuesday, we're going to be talking Packers coming out of this bye. We're going to have some stuff lined up. But here we go. Goff's going to be in shotgun from the 35-yard line. He's got a man to his left. He's back to throw. Oh, he got pressure this time, but he gets rid of it, and that's going to be a first down to St. Brown. He's going to get past the 50-yard line. And there we go. The Lions continue to roll. Yeah, I don't know where this Bengals defense ranked. We're obviously going to talk about that this week, facing them. But not looking good right now. They had a little bit of pressure there, if you call it that, but that was the only time really Goff had anytime a clock kind of go off, you know. Here we go. First down and 10. Goff's going to be in shotgun. Now empty backfield. Gibbs is on the top of the screen. Now the Lions might start getting freaky because I feel like they're not worried. Back to throw. Going to be completed to St. Brown near the 40-yard line. That's going to be second down and very short. I love watching your lives, Matt Ramage. I appreciate you, Luke. I love that you're here. You know what I mean? I appreciate everyone tuning in. A lot more fun when people are up in the chat. But look at the Lions since 2024 NFL rank. Jared Goff, first completion percentage, passing yards, second in passer rating. A bunch of other stuff I missed. But Goff's been getting after it. Second down and 2. Goff's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. He's back to throw, looking, got time, throws it left side. That's going to be completed, and first down to Williams. Yeah. It's always interesting watching like one of our rivals or one of our NFC North people teams doing a live stream, because like when they're rolling, it's just like, yeah, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? But I do think that the Lions are obviously a good football team. Packers beat them week 1. I feel like that Thanksgiving game is going to be massive. It's going to be a huge game. It's going to be good. I don't think it's going to determine the division, though. I feel like this division is going to come down to the end. I don't think the Lions are going to lose a bunch of games. And I don't think the Packers are going to lose a bunch of games. Having that win over them is huge. Get another one, that'd be massive. But we will see. Here we go. Goff's back to throw out a shot. Oh, he's got pressure, and they get to him, but the ball comes out. I think that's incomplete, but their Bengals, if it is a fumble, they were on top of it. I'm not sure they called anything yet. I'm looking to see what Phil's saying. Was it a pass or fumble? They don't know yet. They're still talking about it. Oh, fumble recovered. Fumble recovered by the defense, baby. Let's go. We got something going here by the Bengals. All right, so they finally got pressure on them. And I mean, that was a shot to the head a little bit, but yeah, I don't think that ball. I don't think he pushed it forward. I do think that's a fumble, very, very close. But that shot to the head could have been a penalty, even though I don't think he barely brushed him. But just the way the NFL goes, if you touch their head with your hand, usually that call comes in. But he barely brushed his head, so I think that's a good no call. But the Eagles did lose. You know what I mean? I mean, besides my buddy Vince, not that's Vince, a different Vince, who's an Eagles fan. He's the only Eagles fan that I really care about. he was at the game, so that sucks. You go to a game and you watch them lose. But Eagles losing, good for the Packers. Good for the rest of the NFC, really. So we got this play under review. We're gonna see. Let me know in the chat. Was this a fumble? Was this what's the call gonna be? I think that they're probably gonna leave it a fumble. I didn't see his arm really go forward like that. But that touch in his head, I don't think that they can do that after the fact. But I'm actually surprised that wasn't a penalty, because in the NFL, dude, defensive player touches a quarterback's head, it's almost like soccer. You touch the ball, you're screwed. This commercial, this guy's getting after it. But yeah, it's surprising that the Eagles lost for sure. I didn't expect the Eagles. Eagles are rolling. That's the thing, though. Every single Sunday, dude, so people talk about the Packers and the Browns, and they're like, "Oh, how did the Packers lose to the Browns?" Because I asked the same question because watching the Browns play other teams, But sometimes it's just not your day, and it's the other team's day. Like things just go their way. The Browns' defense was getting after Packers' offensive line was trash. They lost that game, but I don't think losing one single game is going to tell you the whole season, especially even winning. Some teams win, like the Browns won. It doesn't mean that the Browns are like rolling now because they haven't won. You know what I mean? So sometimes fluky things happen in the NFL, even like the Eagles losing. If they played that game maybe 10 times, they might win it 9 times. But that's just how it goes. If Lions lose today, that put Packers back on top of the NFC North. Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Lions are going to probably do a little bit of a steamroll in here. I think the Lions probably win this game by 17 points. I hope not, but just have a feeling. With this turnover, possibly, and that's under review. But if this turnover goes to Bengals, does that give them a little? You don't go in a little bit. You know what I mean? Got to get rid of that penguin. You know what I mean? Or not penguin, pigeon. But yeah, maybe the Bengals get something going here. I think any Sunday anything can happen. But Philly boy is saying it's Bengals ball. So I'm still at commercial. We're just coming out now. And, yeah, call stands. So there we go, baby. We got a little something going on here. And the Bengals have the ball shotgun. Let's get a little excitement over here. You know what I mean? They're going to hand this thing off up the middle, and he's going to try to do something, but not a lot going on. 2 yards. Tried to squeeze through a little bit. You know what I mean? So they're showing this replay again here. Yeah, he got pressure. He tried to get rid of it. If it was just a little bit sooner, but he kind of tapped it back of his head, put his hand right down his arm, and that just changed where that ball, what was happening there. You know what I mean? That was some good analysts right there. 2nd down and 8. Here we go. Bengals are going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. Now he's got a man in motion. Back to throw, looking. He's going to toss it right side, and there's not going to be a lot there, but he makes some room over here. And he gets a few yards, so it's going to be 3rd down. You think about 3. Yeah, this Lions defense is getting after, not making anything easy for them. Got to get rid of the ball fast. That's the thing. When you're playing teams with the ferocious pass rush, just your whole offense, the whole day, should be running and throwing it fast. 3-step drops, slants, screens, just quick passes. Don't try to hold the ball. Don't try to go downfield. Here we go, 3rd down and 4. 3:37 to go in the first quarter. He's back to throw. Big 3rd down. He gets completed. That's going to be incomplete, actually. He dropped it, and that wouldn't have been a first down anyways. So the Lions defense shuts it down. The Bengals offense can't get nothing done. Dude, the way this game is going right now, the Packers defense is going to chew this offense alive. Like I say, dude, when you're missing your franchise quarterback, dude, that is tough to overcome. Icky with no sticky, you know what I mean? 4th down. Here comes the punt. And the punt is off. And I think we're going to have a return over here about the 8-yard line. He's going to get this thing. And he's trying to cut it all the way across the right side of the field, and he's going to get to about the 23-yard line, but 100,000 flags come in. There are no flags in referees' possession at this moment. And we have an injury. That was a ferocious hit. Like, he kind of cut across all the way across the right side of the field, running full speed, and just ran into, like, 4 dudes just coming to kill him. I don't know where's the penalty, though. I don't know. That was a punt. It was out there. Illegal block to the back on the receiving team. So it's first down, but we have an injury. But what is up, Erica? How you doing? Thanks for being here. I gotta give you a little air horn. And Stacy's over here too as well. Hang on, I missed the button. This game is going to be long. You know what I mean? So far, you know. We're at commercial over here. We're gonna stay here and hang out. Aaron says we will bounce back next Sunday. Yeah, absolutely. The Packers are, but more about just next Sunday because I fully expect the Packers to beat the Bengals. I know people are like, oh, you said it against the Browns or whatever, but like that is what it is. But I expect the Packers come out of the bye week fired up, get some guys back. I think that Christian Watson's gonna be back. I don't think he's gonna be playing next Sunday. I think they can bring him back into practice, but I expect him to practice for like a full week before he gets thrown into the fold. So I don't expect him to play the Bengals. But we just need to play good football, not make those mistakes. You know, we got Chiefs versus Jags on Monday Night Football. We're going to be live streaming for that, so come hang out Monday night. But, the Packers just got to go out here and not make the mistakes. I mean, because obviously guys are coming back. Zach Tom, I think, is going to be back. We're going to see this week who's all back. But I expect the Packers to play better. And they're playing the Bengals. I don't mean no disrespect because I know some Bengals fans, you know. I'm not trying to trash, but like when you're missing your franchise quarterback, it's tough. That offense, it's tough. As Packer fans, we've seen some of those years when the Packers had Aaron Rodgers missing and they were just rifling through quarterbacks trying to figure it out. It's tough to get past unless you have one of those backup quarterbacks that can kind of just fill that spot. Nick Foles, you know, type of dudes. Malik Willis did it last year for 2 weeks, but it's tough. If we needed Malik Willis to, you know, play half a season, I think it'd be tricky. Vikings get Philly at home next week after they melted down to Denver. Yeah, dude, the Eagles next week, dude. What time is that game on at? I need to know what time that game is on because I want to live stream that game. Hopefully it's not on the same time as the Packer game. But yeah, that's gonna be a big time game. Eagles are gonna be fired up. The Vikings, you know, they're feeling themselves. They're doing all right. But yeah, playing the Eagles after a loss, I think that's the best scenario for the Packer fans, you know, and for the NFC North. We need to get those Vikings tampered down a little bit. You know what I mean? What is up, Keith? How you doing? Shout out to Lexi. Appreciate you being here. And Deb said, we got Khalif Reynolds, is that? Going into the blue tent. I think I read it right. Hey, Matt, looking for a comeback next Sunday. Go, Pack, go. Absolutely. It's going to happen. Definitely going to happen. But here we go. First down and 10 here. 3:17 to go in the first quarter. Ball at own 10-yard line. That's where the Lions are going to be at. Goff's going to be under center. He's going to hand this thing off to Gibbs. He's trying to bust it right side. He gets about 5 yards on that. He's going to get maybe half, maybe just short of half of that. I am wrong. Bye week for Minnesota noon game, October 19th. All right. So you were wrong, and I made this whole speech about it too, Philly boy. I'm gonna leave
Yeah,
this.
on week 7, the Vikings will have the noon game, and the Packers play at 3:25 right after.
All right, so that's tough. We're gonna figure it out though. Maybe we can. That's tough doing back-to-back games. End of the game, my voice is like. Here we go. 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Goff's gonna be back to throw. He gets it completed. That's gonna be a first down to past the 25-yard line. Eagles don't play the Vikings next week. They play the Giants Thursday night. Yeah, so we got that wrong. Well, I wouldn't say we. Philly boy had that wrong. We figured it out, though. We figured it out. That was to St. Brown over here. I don't know why they don't. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they don't use him as much as, I don't know. Some games they do. They use him a ton. But here we go. 2:06 to go in the first quarter. Goff's going to be under center. He's got a man in the backfield. Ball at the 21-yard line. He's going to run this thing to Gibbs, right side. He's trying to make dude miss. He's not going to be able to do it. 30-yard line is where he's going to get. NFL's highest scoring offense right there. 13 points versus Packers week 1. Lowest. Oh, Lions fewest points, and I didn't see where until when. But yeah, dude, the Packers came at him on week 1. They don't like to talk about it. 2nd down and 6. Here we go. Goff's gonna be on set in the 30-yard line. He's gonna hand this thing off. He's trying to bounce that thing right side. He does, and he's gonna get to the first down marker. They tried to stop him. They gave it all to stop him at the end there, but he slipped through to the first down. And we have an injury right here. We're going to see what happens here. Oh, I'm spilling all over myself. All right, we're going to go to injury commercial break. And here we go. We'll be right back.
Any news, Dan?
Not yet.
I love you.
We're here for you. Quick Trip.
Hi, have you seen that realtor with all those billboards?
Hold my beer.
What?
Get local, award-winning injury lawyers. Get Nicolay.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, you know anything about this guy?
I know he likes billboards. This is the 342nd one we've put up this year.
Oh, you know, I've heard he's actually a decent lawyer.
I'm sure he is.
I always wanted to do that. Hey, I'll help you clean up. Sorry about that.
Sure.
You guys have been doing a great job. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Russell.
Nice beard, though.
Oh, thanks.
Here we go. We are back. You know what I mean? We have 287 folks watching live across the place. Let's make that 300. Go ahead and tap that like button. You know what I mean? Whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, even Twitch. I think you can like on Twitch. I'm not even sure. But make sure that you're tapping that like button. Hammer the chat. Let me know what you want to talk about. But right now, 7-0. Lions are up. And the Lions, I'm actually surprised that it's this close, this long. It's still early in this game, but I expect the Lions to be able to roll. The Lions seem fired up. Bengals are a beat-up team. I don't know exactly how many injuries they have, but they have an injury at the most important position, and that's hard to overcome. But here comes B.J. Hill. He was the injured player. Defensive tackle, so, you know, that's not good. 58 seconds to go in this first quarter. Goff's going to be under center. Where they starting about the 36.5-yard line. He's going to hand this thing off. He gets met with a wall.
Boom.
That was Montgomery.
You'll feel that one tomorrow.
You'll call that action, you know what I mean? That'll help that tomorrow. All I'm calling a big upset tonight. Pats will beat the Bills. There you go. I won't be live for Sunday Night Football, but I'm not even sure. I'll probably watch. I might watch tomorrow. I might try to get some sleep. I'm doing Monday Night Football tomorrow. And that's what I do. Like when I do Sunday Night Football, then Monday Night Football, working at 4 a.m. It gets real tough. Got to take a nap, and then, you know what I mean? Ruins the whole day. But here we go. We're going to have a play action. Goff looking to throw. Right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The ball is knocked down. Intended for St. Brown. But we do the live stream all week. So Monday night, we're going to have Monday Night Football. Tuesday, we're going to have a podcast. Maybe even have a guest. I don't know. But we're going to be talking about coming out of the bye, injuries, all the stuff Packers need going forward to take on the Bengals. Then Wednesday, we're going to do the Pick 'em show, pick all the games throughout the week. Then Thursday, we got Thursday Night Football. And then on Friday, we have a game night. We did a game night. We tested it last Friday, the other day, and worked out all right. We're going to do some other stuff. Different games every week. 3rd down and 12. Here we go. Goff's going to be in shaking. He's got Montgomery to his left. I think he's trying to get him to snap that ball. He's back to throw. He's going to run up right. And no, he's going to go down for the sack. And the Bengals defense gets at him. He tried moving up in the pocket. Looked like he was going to try to scamper on 3rd down, but it wasn't meant to be. It's 4th down and 13. The Bengals have woken up. You know, they lost a defensive tackle, and then immediately the defensive line went after. I'm not saying anything about that individual dude, but you think that after an injury, you'd be hurt a little bit. But they got it, dude. 7-0, and they just held them. End of the first quarter, and we are on to the second quarter. They're at commercial right here, but we're going to hang out right here. But hammer the chat. And also, dude, people, I did that giveaway for the Packers stream. And I still haven't got like the mailing info. I haven't seen it. If they're emailing, I've been looking. But to the people who won that, I don't know. I had to figure out how to get a hold of them because I want to make sure that they get what they won. But yeah, check out the old podcast right there, the Matt Ramage Show. Available Apple, Spotify, all the places people listen to podcasts. You know, Google. There's a lot of different places people listen to podcasts, and I'm probably on all of them. So go check them out. Listen on your way. You know, driving to work. You know what I mean? You got something to listen to. You know, I think it does all right. Supervisor at my job listens to it. If he can listen to it, you can listen to it too. You know what I mean? Hey, Matt Ramage. Hope you're having a good day. I'm having all right day. Shannon, appreciate you being here. Watching some football. You know, no Packers game today, so it's kind of like a stress-free football day. But, you know, the Vikings won earlier. Lions winning right now. We're going to see. Get this from Luke. Downhill from the injury ain't a bad thing. Oh, all right. I think I get it. I'll try it. All right, here we go. Commercial seems long. We should have went to commercial break. 293 folks. People are listening because they went up a little bit. You know, we got 8 people watching on YouTube. 8 people. Shut it! Luke Ellis, that's right. It's a division game. I didn't even think of that. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Packers need the rest. Get some guys healthy. I think this is a good spot for the bye. Didn't think that going in, but turns out it's a pretty decent spot for the bye. Get some guys healthy. Get the offensive line right. Christian Watson, hopefully get him back. I don't think he's going to play for the Bengals, but hopefully you get him back practicing, getting him ready for the next week. And here we go. We got the commentators over here. I don't think anyone really cares. I don't have to shout them out. But here we go. We're coming back. Second quarter is going to be underway. It's going to start with a punt from the Lions. And he's going to let that go, but it's going to stay. And, yeah, so inside the 5. It's going to be about the 2-yard line. The Lions were able to save that thing. Oh, you're talking Pats Bills tonight. All right, I get you. I think the Bills win that game, but I get that. It is a division game. It's going to be closer than you think, but I feel like the Bills, I don't know, they're fired up. We're going to see. It's going to be a good game. That would have been a good game to stream, but not going to happen. It's a ball at the own 3-yard line. Yeah, that's a good punt. There you go. YouTube, and I appreciate you. Here we go. Now the Bengals are going to be in shotgun from their own end zone. Ball at the 3-yard line. He's play action, looking to throw. He's running out of time. He gets rid of it, and that's a big-time play. That's an interception. I thought it was caught. The Lions got the ball. They're marking him down, I think, but I think they gave him the interception. I thought that was completed, too. I think he just kind of took it away from him. Let's see this replay here. Horrible spot to throw an interception. I respect that they were trying to get it downfield. They're trying to get the Chase. He just threw that off. Yeah, Chase never had a chance at it. He just threw that right to the... That was just a bad throw. That's not what you want to see. Hey, Matt, aren't the Packers in their throwbacks next week? I'm not really sure if they are.
No, that's in 2 weeks. Not next week, but the week after.
There you go. The producer's on that right there. So in 2 weeks. Fred G in the house. I wish you would announce Brewers games. Would be great energy. Yeah, I think maybe at some point I might try that out. But I'm not a huge baseball guy, so I probably have to have someone with me. I'm not real knowledgeable, but we could talk during it. But I like the Brewers. I root for them, but I'm not just a huge baseball guy.
And Fred, that was a terrific Brewer game yesterday.
Yeah, people like that. You know what I mean? Goff's going to be under center. He's going to hand it off left side, and that's going to be a couple yards. I might actually look about doing that next season, maybe. I mean, they're in the playoffs, maybe test it out, but I don't know. I think it'd be fun to do. I think it'd be fun to try. The game streams are so much fun, just hanging out with people and answering comments and like all that. It's real fun. So I would be down to try different stuff. But we will see.
This goes out to Fred.
Just a bit outside.
There you go. Shout out to the Brewers, you know what I mean? Shout out to Fred. Here we go. Goff's going to begin shotgun ball at the 25-yard line. He's got a man to his right. He's going to hand it off to him, and he's going to big-time play for a first down inside the 5-yard line, and the Lions are rolling. The Bengals really gave him a gift right there. You know, your defense did some stuff, made a punt, and then you just go ahead and throw the interception, put them in great field position, and now they're rolling again. The Brewers were on fire yesterday, you know what I mean? Especially if enough people like who follow me want me to do that. I mean, I think it'd be something I got to try. I wouldn't really share how many people would be interested in baseball because, you know, people follow me for football. I'd be down to try some other stuff, though. Here we go. Goff's going to be under center. He's got a man in motion. That's Laporta in motion. Laporta. Headed it off left side, and he's going to get to about the 2-yard line. But there's flags flying everywhere. One for sure. I think how the defender player or the players like that the flag's on, they're always like, huh? Like Tim Allen and Home Improvement. Huh? No, but that was on defense, so I don't know why you were so confused. Holding on the defense. Was it? I thought it said defense. We're going to see what the down in yardage. It's first and goal. It wasn't defense because they're way down there. Now they're... All right, we're going to have a run, but nothing there. The Bengals clamped them up. First and goal. First and goal, clamped them up. Yeah, there we go. We got it right. It was a defense. Shannon says anything I do is enjoyable. So yeah, I first of all, I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. Figure out we can do some other stuff, baseball and whatnot. The Packers not playing this week messed me up. I thought today was Saturday, and I went to get some wine, but it's Sunday, and there's no liquor sold on Sunday here. Oh my goodness, that's wild. No liquor sold on Sunday. All right, here we go. We're gonna have a direct snap, and that's gonna be a pass for a touchdown for the Lions. They did a direct snap into the running back, and Brock Wright catches it for a touchdown. Lions did a little trickeration there. And it's 13-0 Lions over the frickin' Bengals. Yeah, that was a fun play. And a scoreboard. So we go 12-16 to go in this second quarter over here. Yeah, no booze, dude. Imagine that. No, it's wild that there's some places you can't buy it on Sunday. Here we go. We're gonna have a extra point. It's gonna be good. Yay! Not today. There we go. 14-0 Lions on top. And I apologize for Stacy not having booze, but I do not have that particular problem. So we're going to go to commercial while I grab myself a new one, you know what I mean? And I drink in Stacy's honor, you know what I mean? I don't got no wine, but I'll make do, you know what I mean?
Attention. Have you or a loved one been seriously... forget that. Let's do this Nicolay Law style and give the people what they want.
It's Nicolay. It's Nicolay. Nicolay Law. Billboard, baby.
Houston, we have a problem.
Righty, we are back. 14-0. Lions over the Bengals. Big shout out to the producer for that graphic. That's like one of my favorite ones. That out of this world for the merch thing. That makes me laugh every time. But be sure to check out the merch. Go to thematramage.com. But let's get to it. Luke said, I used to live in South Carolina, no booze Sundays, but it changed about 10 years ago. You can get beer and wine on Sunday now. All right, you're making some improvements over there. I always think it's like weird. Like that day, nope.
I'm starting to think that Stacy lives in the Footloose town. I don't think.
Yeah,
she
we're
can,
starting to figure out where Stacy lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think there's music or dancing allowed there either. Yeah.
Are we going to see some sacks from Parsons next Sunday? When I first read that, I thought it said snacks. I'm like, I could go for some snacks. You know what I mean? But are we going to see some sacks from Parsons next Sunday? I think so. I think you're going to see those stats add up. I think Rashawn Gary as well. Here comes the kickoff from the 1 yard line. Bengals at the 15, at the 20. He's looking to go right. Now he tried to go left, but now he's going back right, and now he shouldn't have done that. 19 yard line is where this drive is going to start. Not a lot there on the return. States, I wish they would change it here. That's right. You should move to Wisconsin. We don't have such things here. I think some places like you can buy alcohol at gas stations like midnight. Depends what county you're in. But here we go. 12:08 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, you renew your driver's license here. They give you a 6-pack of Schlitz.
Here we go. Bengals are going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. Now he's to his right. Ball at the 19-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here. He's looking. He's dancing around. Tosses it middle of the field. And that's going to be a nice gain for about 9 yards. The Bengals on first play of this drive. They're going to talk about Montgomery over here. I don't know a lot of what they're talking about because I'm not familiar with the Lions that good. But, apparently I think his mom is there to see him. But anyway, let's get back to the game. And shout out to her, you know what I mean? Everyone's mom should get to watch their kids play. 2nd down and 1. It's going to be a quick pass left side. Can he get the first down? He does. Lions are all over, but he was able to get past the first down marker. Madison has a brewery and the freaking movie theater. Yeah, there's like a place I talk about sometimes, 888 Mac and Cheese. It's a great place They got awesome burgers, and they got macaroni and cheese, all types of good stuff. But like right next door to that is a brewery, and people kind of just combine the both. You know what I mean? They get food delivered to the brewery. That's what I hear. So yeah, breweries, dude, they're everywhere. First down and 10. Here we go from the 30-yard line. Brownie's gonna be back to throw. He's dancing around, tried to get rid of it. Middle of the field, not a lot there, about a couple yards. I feel like that's all they can do. Like they're trying to get rid of the ball quick. He's dancing around back there, but not a lot open at that middle of the field. And, they're starting to close that up. That was only a couple yards. 15 drives into the last touchdown for the Cincinnati Bengals. That's rough, dude. Now we have a flag over here. What's going on here? Is this a challenge flag? Oh, we got some comments over here I missed too. Blatz beer, you know what I mean? So they're challenging that the receiver was down by contact. But yeah, you need to plan ahead. We'll see what this is. 10:22 to go in the second cat over here. 314, did I say 14? 14 folks watching live right here. Appreciate you all who are watching. Lions think they stripped it, so we will see. How about them Broncos? Yeah, them Broncos. They got themselves a win today. I don't really like the Broncos that much. You know what I mean? I don't, just because, past. But yeah, they won a game today. And we're gonna see. Let me know about this challenge. What do you think? Do you think it's? I guess they think that they caused a fumble. They stripped it. So do you think that is actually what happened? Time to reload over here. We got the producer working on some over here. All right, here's some of the scores right here. I like this right here. Scores are happening right now. We got the Buccaneers up 13-0 over the Seahawks. Commanders are down 10-0 to the Chargers. End of the first quarter in that one, when this score was taken. And 21-3 Cardinals over the Titans. And that was at 10:33 in the second. And then obviously this game right here, that was
obviously didn't get upgraded.
But these are the scores. Might not be exactly live, but you get the idea of what's going on across the league. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, Mr. Producer, man, keeping us on, letting us know what's going on across the league. Robert says down by contact is what I see. So I didn't really look. I think I was looking at comments and stuff. So I didn't really know a challenge was coming. So I didn't pay that close attention. But we're gonna find out right here. We're gonna find out today. I'd like to see the Bengals get something going here. Because I ain't gonna lie, this game, kind of boring a little bit. Just watching a team you don't care for that much do well. Don't need that in your life. Tonight, they got the Bills, Patriots. Tomorrow night, we'll be live for Monday Night Football. Chiefs, Jaguars. Is that what's going on tomorrow? Well, we got some surprise for the Chiefs. Graphic department's been working overtime, you know what I mean? And Thursday, you got the Eagles and the Giants will be live for that one as well.
We got some goodies for you. Yeah.
Yeah, come hang out Monday Night Football. And then Thursday, we'll be here for Thursday Night Football as well. But now, I don't know what happened over here, but they're at the 32-yard line. It's second down and 8, so I don't think anything changed. Now the Bengals are going to run this thing, and that's going to be our first down. Nice little scamper-rooney for the Bengals. Browning is 6 for 11, 28 yards and an interception. So they're looking at this replay here. Let me check this out. Yeah, he's down before that ball comes out. So, yeah, as soon as he's on the ground, they're on top of him. He's down. You can't rip it out of his hand like 2 seconds later and call it a strip. But there you go. Nice wasted challenge there, buddy. First down and 10. Here we go. What are they doing? The refs are holding up this play. Now the refs step off. It's going to be first and 10. 10:09 to go in the second. Now 10:13 to go in the second quarter. They changed it. Right as I was saying, it was kind of rude. You know what I mean? Makes me look stupid. But here we go. Browning's going to be in check again. He's got a man to his left. He's going to be rolling. He's looking left, looking to throw deep. What's he got? Not deep. And that's going to be a loss of yards on the pass. He threw it for a loss of yards. The producer does rock. You know what I mean? Let's give the producer some love over here. Let's get a little round of applause.
You guys
The
rock.
scoreboard. Only thing I'm handling is the comment section. So shout out to the producer.
The viewers rock. Matt Ramage rocks.
Everyone rocks except for the producer. Understood. Here we go. 9:31 to go in the second quarter. Browning's in shotgun. He's back to throw. Look, and he gets rid of it. Oh, he's lit up. Middle of the field. That was to Jamar Chase. Not going to be a lot there. A couple yards.
Boom.
You got to feel bad.
Back. You'll feel that one tomorrow.
You got to feel bad for Chase. Like, dude, absolute baller. One of the best wide receivers in the league. Quarterback goes down. The team is just not what it can be, what it should be. I mean, I'm not drilling this quarterback, but obviously, you can't afford to have two great quarterbacks in your team. Very rarely does that happen. So you pay a great quarterback, franchise quarterback, all that money, and then you have the backup. 3rd down and 7. Here we go. He's back to throw. He's looking. He's throwing right deep, and he's got incomplete. That was to Higgins. It's 4th down now. There's no flag. I like that they took that shot, though, dude. You gotta, in this situation, you gotta take those shots. Checked his replay here, and I think he missed on this. Didn't throw it in the best possible area. Yeah, you just gotta throw this to the inside, like they're saying on TV. Throw it to the inside, he can kind of curl it in a little bit. That was just a bad ball. But absolutely, a producer Vince. Yankees losing 9-0 in the 4th inning to the Jays. Love to see it. Here we go on the punt. And we're going to have ourselves no return. It's going to bounce into the end zone. But yeah, any games, anything going on, you want to give us updates, feel free to share in the comment section. I'll throw it on the screen. You know what I mean? Everyone, people like to know what's going on around the leagues, not just the NFL. You know what I mean? So 14-0. We're going to stay here. We are at commercial. But hammer the chat. What y'all want to talk about? What games today surprised you? Obviously, the Eagles losing was a shock to people. But like I said, dude, any given Sunday, dude, it could happen. And I don't really call it like when they lost to the Browns. What's that phrase everyone uses? Like it was like they took them lightly. I don't really believe that NFL teams take teams lightly. I just think sometimes teams have a day and they ball out. I mean, I'm sure it happens sometimes when they're like, you have a big game the next week, you're not, you're trying to focus. But I doubt like the coaches are in the locker room like, hey guys, don't worry about this week. Next week is going to be a killer though. You know what I mean? I don't think that's what's going on. I just think sometimes you come out, you play flat. We've all seen it. Robert says middle of the field throws on that big gain. Yeah, if he kind of gives them room in the middle of the field there, would have been good. Ravens got rolled. Yeah, I saw people talking about should Harbaugh be fired. Do you think Jim Harbaugh should be fired? I don't think so. I don't think. I know he's been a coach there for a long time, but I don't know what's going on with the Ravens this year because I'm not locked in 100%. But Lamar Jackson's hurt. Lamar Jackson's not playing. Like I say, your starting quarterback goes out. You're not going to be as good. But before he went out, I feel like there was some criticism they weren't winning. I forget the record exactly, but I don't think you can judge a coach when their quarterback goes out. If they play bad, like I think you can. Like Matt LaFleur, I thought coached some really good games when Jordan Love was out last year. Malik Willis played. I feel like Matt LaFleur elevated himself. Like, all right, that he can win with a lesser quarterback and game plan it right, and he did that. Obviously, there was some stuff later in that season that kind of, wasn't as good for Matt LaFleur. But yeah, I think if your guy gets hurt, it's tough to overcome. So it's John Harbaugh. Yeah, John. Did I say Jim? We know when I said it, like after that, I was like, did I say Jim? But yeah, John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh, Robert. I appreciate correcting me there. Luke, I honestly think with the Packers O-line shuffle and Browns D-line being healthy was the matchup that lost the game. Lost in the trenches. But here's the thing, because I 100% agree with that. But and I love Matt LaFleur, and I think he's a good coach. But in that situation, when you see that defensive line is beating you up, offensive line is not getting it done. You have change the game plan. You got to start doing quick passes. You have to start doing quick slants. You got to throw it out of the flat. You have to like do some of these dinky dunk stuff and then take your shots when you have it. But you're not going to have 4 seconds to sit back there and dance around and throw it. But here we go. The Lions quick pass, screen to St. Brown right side, and that's going to be a spin move and a first down. Bro, hit the circle button on him. St. Brown with a big first down over there. And but yeah, like you have to adapt when you're playing those teams. Like when you're playing the Lions, you're playing the Browns, and even when you're playing the Packers, like you have to just get rid of the ball fast. You have to be ready for that instant pass rush. You know what I mean? So there's my thoughts on that. But that was a good play by St. Brown. St. Brown's good. This St. Brown, the other St. Brown the Packers had, you know what I mean? That's all I'll say about that. But he's got 4 catches for 51 yards in this game. Goff's gonna be under center, ball at the 36-yard line. He's going to hand this thing off up the middle. Nothing there. The Bengals defense is locked down, and he might have got half a yard. Let him know. I think my wife's taking a nap. I should be quiet. I'm not going to be, though. You know what I mean? Matt, you've seen Matt LaFleur have poor game plan and flexibility. That's not new. Yeah, that's what it is. I like Matt LaFleur, but he's had his moments where it's just like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? I think, even this blind dude can see that. But I do like Matt LaFleur. I just think, we have to be aggressive when we need to be aggressive. The clock management at the end of that. But here we go, Lions throwing right side. That's going to be short of a first down, but very close to a first down. It's going to be 3rd down and maybe 1 or 2, maybe right in the middle there. But Micah Parsons, they're talking about first team All-Pro 2021 NFL draft class. There you go, Micah Parsons, 2021 and 2022. He'll be an All-Pro this year. 3rd down and 2. Laporta 4 catches, 53 yards and a touchdown. Goff's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. Come on, Bengals defense. What you got in the chamber here? Goff's back to throw. He's going to have pressure. Gets rid of it. Nope, nothing on the ground. And the Bengals defense, that's what you do. You got to get a pass rush, bro. You let Goff sit back here camped out, just pecking you apart, dude. Get a pass rush. Figure out the rest later, and they got it. They brought a little bit of heat from both sides, and he just got his hands up right here and knocked that thing down. I'm not even sure where he was throwing it to. Look at the face of the defenders. They're like dialed in, like, yeah, I'm going to kill this guy. I'm not even sure if that was obviously intended to Laporta, but I'm not sure if it wasn't tipped, if it would have got there. I don't know. But it's 4th down and 2 now. All right, so let's get to some comments over here. Philly Boy says, say it with me, Matt. Laporta. Here we go. We have the punt return over here from the 9-yard line. He's going to make some guys miss. There's a flag on the play, and that's going to be called dead. But here we go. All right. I'll make sure I didn't miss any comments over here. What's up, Stacy? She says, the first Thanksgiving I lived here, my son came. The Pack were playing. I had my wine, and my son had pretty explicit words because he couldn't get beer because no liquor or on holiday either. The next time he came with a cooler on wheels and said he wasn't taking any chances. Shout out to Mike, you know what I mean? Shut up! That's awesome. Yeah, dude, you got to be prepared, dude. I bring the whole luggage to be just stacked. It's going to be 1st down and 10, 6:22 in the second quarter. Guitar Ted, I'm surprised by the Colts this year. They hung 40 on the Raiders today. Yeah, the Colts are getting after it. You've been hearing about those Colts. We're going to see like what they got. But here we go. We're going to be 1st down and 10, ball on their own 4-yard line where the Bengals are going to start. They're going to be in shotgun. He's going to hand this thing off up the middle, and he's going to get a couple here. 6:18 to go in the second quarter. They got 3 timeouts. The Lions have 2 timeouts, so those are probably going to come in, into play here on this drive. Maybe not on this drive. It depends how long this drive is. Yeah, they blew that dead mid-play, right? I was getting some comments, but I didn't really see what the reason was on that, but I'm sure they had a good reason. Let's get after it. Shout out to Brent, you know what I mean? A friend of mine, Brent. He's a Bengals fan, you know? That's why I've always liked the Bengals a little bit, you know? I've always felt for Bengals fans because they've been bad a lot of the time. Here we go. They're going to be in shotgun here. 2nd down and 8. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got pressure. He's in the end zone. He's going to go down for a sack. Oh, my God. How do you let that happen? That's a safety. Nope. They're going to – is there a flag? Why did Hutchinson look upset? There's the flag, dude. Lion fans aren't happy, so I assume it's going against the Lions. Let's see this replay here. This is what they say on the top of the screen. Yep, that's a hold, bro. You can't do that. That's cheating, bro. That's cheating. There we go. All right, Bengals get a break. No, but look at the Bengals back in the day when they had Ocho Cinco, when they had Carson Palmer. Like, they should have went to the Super Bowl, but Carson Palmer had injury on that Steelers playoff game. But here we go. They're going to be throwing it right side. The Bengals back shoulder throw, incomplete, off his shoulder pads. But remember, all those old Bengals games, like the Bengals were, bad for so long. And then to, like, have a team, put together Carson Palmer, Ocho Cinco, you had, they had a good team. They had, I forget all their names, but they had some good wide receivers. That one, I forget his name. I apologize, but he passed. But Chris Henry, I think it was. They had some good teams back then. Just couldn't get it done. But here we are. Brownie's got to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right about the 11.5-yard line. Can they get a drive going here? 5:29 to go. He's back to throw. He dodges a sack. He's running left. He's rolling, looking for someone. Throws it left side, and that's going to be almost intercepted, out of bounds, though. Oh, my goodness. Can someone get open? Help him out a little bit. That was a good push out. Remember back in the day, if you got pushed out, that they could still get it. They changed that rule a long time ago. I'm old. But here we go. He's showing this replay. He just shoved him. That was a good play right there. Little Joey Burrow, I always call him. He had such a baby face when he first started playing. Still does. I like him. Yeah, I think Joe Burrow's a good dude, you know what I mean? But we had a little bit of cheating there on the offense. All right, they got flags flying in. Someone's alarm is going off. It sounds like my truck alarm is going off. Hang on a second. There's an alarm going off in my front yard. I should probably check if it's not my truck. 3rd down and 15. I think it stopped. I don't think it was my truck. But it's like coming from that same spot where I park my truck. So 3rd down and 15. Here you go. Browning's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. Ball just short of the 7-yard line. He's back to throw. Big time 3rd down play. And he's thrown it deep. He's thrown it right side. And it's going to be intercepted. What are we doing, bro? Basically a punt. All right, the Bengals are, dude, they're not a good football. I'm trying to be limited because I have friends who are Bengals fans. I ain't trying to trash Bengals, but they are not good, dude. That Browning, he ain't it. Yeah, our favorite player. Yeah, the Packers fans' favorite player over here. But, yeah, dude, Browning, yeah, that was an arm punt. I mean, you got to take the shots, You're down 14-0. Way down there. But Browning, dude, I don't know. He ain't the guy. I don't mean to be rude. You know what I mean? But who do they have after him? Here we go. The Lions are going to be handing this thing off. He's going to get shut down. The Bengals defense. Number 90 getting after it, bud. Huh? There we go, bud. Yeah, there was a battle of who's going to intercept it. The two Lions players were fighting over that interception. Yeah, but I don't know who they have. And I'm definitely not trying to trash Browning. I don't even know who he is. I don't think he's a rookie, though. I think I've seen him around. So Kirby Joseph, 20 interception in the first 4 NFL seasons. As a player, I don't like him. as a Packer fan, not personally. But here we go. I have a quick screen pass, but it's dropped. But yeah, you know, Packer fans don't play with Kirby like that. Sanders would have been the guy. You know what I mean? Like, remember, like, I think I've seen where, like, Deion Sanders' kid, I forget his name, he plays for the Browns. He said he didn't want to be a backup to anyone, so he didn't go to the Ravens. He didn't go, I don't know, maybe the Bengals is one of those teams too. But now he's a backup in Cleveland. And he's like a third stringer. But yeah, maybe he had a better situation. I don't know if the Bengals were one of those teams or not, but I know the Ravens were one of them. All right, back to throw is Goff. Gonna get it off real quick, and that's gonna be completed close to the 40-yard line. Well, that's not enough. That's gonna be 4th down. This is why you throw only to Laporta. You know what I mean? Yeah, Laporta's a beast, dude. The Lions hasn't balls, but the Lions ain't playing good. They're up 14-0 against a team that can't do anything. Like, how is it only 14-0? Oh, yeah. Shador Sanders. Yeah, he does a lot of stuff in the media. I don't really pay attention too much to it, but I don't know. I don't like to get into it because I know that's a very controversial subject to even talk about. And I ain't even going to get into it. I don't pay attention enough. Here we go. We're going to have ourselves a punt. And it's going to be about the 7-yard line where he's going to fair catch this thing. That's where we're going to start. Lions punter knows fundamentals, you know what I mean? All right, we're going to be right back. I'm going to use the rest area and maybe grab another beverage. And we're going to get right back after it, you know what I mean? 14-0 Lions over the Bengals. You know what I mean? This irritates me.
What the hell's going on out here?
I didn't know the game was still going. Dude, I cut it off midstream. You ever do that? Not easy. 2nd down and 7. I thought they were going to commercial. Here we go. 2nd down and 7. Bengals going to be in chicken. Ball at the 11-yard line. 10.5. All right. Oh, you're going to try to run it with the quarterback, and he's going to get a few yards to about the 14-yard line. Took it himself. Was he 8 of 17? All right, so they had a little interview. It's crazy how they interview players like during a game. Here we go. 2:38 to go in the second quarter. 3rd down and 3. Brownie's going to be in shack, and he's got a man to his left. He's 8 of 17, 31 yards, 2 interceptions. He's back to throw. Quick pass, and that's going to be completed to Chase for a 1st down. On 3rd down, they connect.
Okay, now you're safe to go do what you got to do.
No, it's not commercial.
2-minute warning.
Was it a 2-minute warning? All right, here we go. All right, I'll be right back. Dude, that was kind of a new thing for me. I heard your voice. I was using the bathroom. I'm not going to get graphic with it, but I heard you still going. I kind of looked over my shoulder because people don't know I have a toilet like in my. I have an old school toilet, basement. My house was born made 1926. So there's just a random toilet, no walls around it, just a toilet. And anyways, we're gonna go now. 2-minute warning. We'll be right back. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all watching.
seen that realtor with all those billboards?
Hold my beer.
What?
Get local, award-winning injury lawyers. Get Nicolay.
This is the last bag of chips.
I'd fight my own grandmother for just one.
Hey, it's chips and soda.
I'll go tell coffee and donuts.
There we go. You know what I mean? Here we go. We are at 14-0. All right, that was kind of we're at the 2-minute warning over here. We're gonna see what can they get some points before the half. And I was just watching that Quick Trip commercial. That was some good stuff right there. All right, we got Broncos Jets next Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Dude, that's too early, dude. What do you guys think about these games? I don't mind that the games are in other countries because like there's a lot of NFL fans in other countries like, and they all get excited. So like, yeah, give them some games, but like that's too early for me to be up unless it's the Packers. I'm not. I don't even get how like there's Packer fans who live in like different countries and they'll get up at 2 a.m. to watch the game. It's wow, that's dedication. But here we go. We're gonna be 1st down and 10. Bengals are looking. He's looking to throw. He's making some people miss. Now he's gonna run with. No, he gets rid of it, and that's gonna be completed. Big time throw, and that's gonna be close to midfield. I thought he was gonna scramble with it. He got rid of it. That was a good play right there by Browning. Show love where it's due. You know what I mean? That was a big play for Cincy right there. We're at 1:38 to go in the second quarter. They have all 3 of their timeouts available. So, like, everything's open for them. They're just 46-yard line, so they're not quite to midfield yet. He's going to be in shotgun, back to throw, quick pass. That's going to be completed on a slant to Chase, and that's close to a 1st down, but it's not. They're starting to listen. They're starting to listen. Do these short plays. They got this, they got that pass rush. Get rid of the ball. And obviously they're in a time crunch, so that's why they're doing it. But they should have been doing this the whole time. Here we go. Shotgun man to his right. He's back to throw. He's holding it too long. He gets rid of it left side. That's going to be completed, and he goes out of bounds. So that's going to stop the clock. I wasn't sure the clock was going to stop because he kind of came back for it. And I think I've heard before, like when they come back and they go out of bounds, that sometimes the clock doesn't stop. They have to be trying to go forward. But I don't think he went backwards. Probably just went out of bounds. But that was Mr. Higgins. I didn't see who it was, but I trust Philly boy. Higgins is a beast too. That's what the Bengals have the key pieces that they need. That is not the quarterback right now. Total yards 104 for the Bengals, 174 for the Lions. 13 1st downs for the Lions. So I didn't see what the Bengals had. But here we go, 1st down and 10. It wasn't as much for sure. Browning back to throw. He's going to try to get a screen, but the Lions were all over that. And they shut that thing down. 56 seconds to go in this half. 3 timeouts still by the Bengals, 2 by the Lions. And you got to be thinking, if you're the Lions, if you shut them down here, you might have a opportunity, but I can't imagine it's going to be a big one. But
except for that one gift by the Bengals, the Lions really haven't been that impressive.
Yeah, they gave that easy 30-yard drive to go ahead and score after that interception. But Robert says quick slants underneath throws, quick releases the rest of the game. Absolutely, that's what it should be. Like I think anyone playing these teams, like I'm not no NFL coach, but I played a little bit of Madden in my day. You know what I mean? If they're getting after you, that's just common knowledge. Get those quick slants off. Get those screens. Get the middle of the field with the tight ends. And then take your shots when you can, but when they're getting a pass rush after you, you just have to try the short game a little bit. But here we go. Browning's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. Less than 42 yards to go to the end zone. He's back to throw. He's got time. He's running out. He ran out. Now he's still got it. He's rolling left. Now he's running. He's going to have a little bit of yards before he jumps out of bounds, and that's a gain of a couple. A lot of too much time off that clock for 2 yards, though. And it's 47 seconds, 2 timeouts to go by the Bengals. Yeah, nothing was there, but he did a good job rolling left. He kind of had a hands on him, and he scampered left a little bit. Not a lot there. He's not. I don't think he's known for his running abilities, but he He did some, but they got 3rd down and 9 over here. Cincy running scared. Here we go, 47 seconds. Browning's going to be shotgun, split backfield. And they're going to, they jumped, and they're going to blow this dead. I don't know if it was a false start that made him jump or if he did encroachment. Delay a game. That was not one of the options I had. Yeah, Hutch jumped clearly, but they're like, nope, delay a game. Inside 2 minutes of half or final clock stops. And I knew it stopped, but I don't know why it was in my head that if they were running backward, like if they're purposely trying to run out of bounds and they ran backwards, then it doesn't stop. They have to either be going straight out of bounds or forward. I could be wrong. And I don't think he was doing that anyway. So 3rd down and 14. Here we go. Another split back out of shotgun. Back to throw. He's going to have pressure. Gets rid of it. That's going to be completed. He's going to go down. 3rd down and 14. So it's going to be 4th down and 3. And me right here, I'm letting the clock run a little bit. And I don't know. I think I would go for it in this situation. You're down 14-0, which is what they're going to do. Letting the clock run. It's 30 seconds. You have 2 timeouts. I mean, so do they. You don't want to give them, but you're down to the 32-yard line right here. Snap the ball, dude. They're going to be in shotgun on man who is left. They're 1 for 1 this season on 4th down conversions. Not a big gambling team, I see. But here we go. The clock's going down to 10. Like, what are we doing? I mean, just kick the field goal if you're going to do this. Down to 7, 6, 5. The play clock's down to 2, 1. Are they going to even snap it? They're not. Like, there's a kick the field goal. What a bunch of pansies. Yeah, you take the 3 here. I would have went for it. I'd have tried to push it. You're down 14-0. Playing one of the higher, better teams. You know, we're going to see what happens in the second half, but they're going to have a field goal attempt over here. But there we go. You know what I mean? We're close to halftime over here. Lions 14-0. The Bengals are going to try to make it 14-3. The Lions, though, dude, for what the Bengals have been doing in this game, the Lions, I mean, they're not looking ferocious. You can talk about the Packers kind of playing down to their competition. Lions a little bit too here. We got 50-yard attempt. I mean, the Lions had some great plays, but to only be up 14-0 against a team that's been struggling, making mistakes, throwing interception. I mean, 7 of those points came from a 30-yard drive after an interception. You know what I mean? But we're going to see, can he get that field goal? It's up. The kick is up. I can't see the ball. It's good. I should have just looked over here for Philly boy. The Boo Birds have arrived, though. Boo Birds. That's a tough one to say, you know what I mean, real fast. We're having a good time over here. All right, so I'm going to walk away here for a little bit, and at halftime, we come back. We got the second half. We got 346 folks watching live across all places right now. I appreciate you. And we will be right back in a few minutes, and we'll talk some halftime show stuff. You know what I mean? We'll be right back.
Well, hello there again. Here I am. I forgot what day it is. All I know is today is the bye week of the Green Bay Packers. They don't play today, so I thought maybe this might be a good chance for me to find Matt Ramage. That's why I'm hanging out here at the Quick Trip. As you can see behind me is the Quick Trip, and I've been here all day and I haven't seen him yet. I've been asking the locals, have you seen him? And you know, a lot of them tell me to get lost. And some of them say, oh, you'll see him, don't worry. You know, like Sasquatch, he just appears. And, you know, and I don't know, it's like mixed emotions or something like that. I don't know if people like him or fear him. I really don't know, but I'm sitting here waiting, and I hope to see him eventually here, but yeah, it's kind of horrible, you know, and boring here, you know. Oh, hey, by the way, while I was here, I did try some of those Glazer donuts that they sell here. Those are pretty tasty, eh? Those are good. Yeah, you just, before you know it, you eat the whole box, and it's so good. Hey, buddy, yes, yeah, I'm filming here, yes. Yes, move along, yes. Yes, I know, I hear your car horn. Yes. Okay, yeah, people just want to be on film. They don't realize I'm here waiting for Matt Ramage. But, hey, someday I'm going to find him. And then I'm going to meet him, and good fortune will come my way. And like I said, then I can harvest the bluegills for winter. But, have you seen him? Someone please give me his home address. I just want to meet him and get it over with. My kids are probably wondering if their father's still alive. My wife has probably moved on. I did call home the other day, and my kids said something really disturbing, that, Uncle Tom was visiting again and staying the night, and I have no idea because there's no Tom in my family. Makes you wonder, I guess. Well, maybe I'll give up for today. I hear they've got some pretty good chicken in here, and I might get some chicken. Maybe some chicken strips or something like that before I head out, and maybe I could buy some mac and cheese and use it as a trap to set up for the Matt Ramage. Like that old board game Mousetrap? I could set it. Yes, I see it now. Ha ha ha. Matt Ramage, I'm coming for you. Good fortune will be mine. Well, for now, bye for now. Matt Ramage, I'm coming for you.
The Ultimate fan would know that the Packers played their first ever road game in Ishpeming, Michigan.
An Ultimate fan would know that Coach LaFleur was the 15th head coach and that he won 7 out of his first 8 games.
If anyone should decide who the Ultimate Packers fan is, I should make that call.
Coach LaFleur?
Could you make the cut and become the Quick Trip Ultimate Packers fan, presented by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar?
One lucky fan will win a prize pack that includes 50 grand and 2 tickets to every Packers home and away game next season. Full rules at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
Yeah, so go ahead and shout out to Quick Trip, go ahead and check out the Quick Rewards app. Go to quicktrip.com. You can find out, are you the Ultimate Packers fan? You know what I mean? Figure out all the ways that you can win over there on Quick Trip, you know what I mean? Big shout out to the producer, throw that video together. That video, like people who watch all the live streams kind of know, it's kind of an ongoing thing. It's hilarious to me. But here we go. Laporte, they're showing him on the replay over here. Lions, dude, say they're up 14-3, but one of those touchdowns was a gift. So I don't think the Lions are looking quite as hot as they'd like. The Bengals are not good. They don't have a quarterback. They really can't get anything going. But here we go. We're going 14-3. We are sitting over here at halftime. We could look at some of the earlier games, see some of the scores that are happening. Maybe. I think the producer's working on something over here. But let me know in the chat, who do you think wins this game? What do you want to talk about? Let me know. All right, we got the scores over here. So these are updated scores, I believe. Buccaneers up 21-14 over the Seahawks, 7:52 to go in the third quarter. The Commanders and Chargers are tied at halftime. All right, they got a good game going on over there. The Cardinals up 21-6 over the Titans. They're sitting at halftime. Titans, dude, I don't know. You know what I mean? Not good. Never have respect for them. But I got no hate for them. You know what I mean? Just like they always seem like they're not doing too good. And then we got this Lions-Bengals game, 14-3 over there at halftime. So these are all updated scores. Shout out to the producer getting those for us. And there we go. We got Deb in the chat over here. She said, "You're buffering on my end again. It's probably my internet going with another provider next week. Irritating. Hope it stops." I think it should because I don't hear anyone else saying it. So it might be your internet. Or, I should do it. I should start my
Yeah.
and
no, what's
I'm not buffering right there. No, that sucks though, having internet that's sketchy. You know what I mean? I should do that from now on. Like halfway through the stream, just stop and be like. Then if you had like the producer had like a little buffering thing, just mess with everyone.
That can be done. You're giving me some ideas now. So yes,
we probably won't do that. But here we go, 14-3. Appreciate everyone who's hanging out with me. We are at 352 folks watching live across all the places. I appreciate you, everyone who's tuning in. But yeah, hopefully your internet gets better. I had to switch like when I first moved down to this basement. Like the internet was like so sketchy. We went and got what's it called, like that fiber, whatever. So that's what I did. It seems to be working all right. But Guitar Ted said Titans head coach first to be fired in 25, possibly. I feel like the Titans are always just like a train wreck, though. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna matter for them. But do you think that there's any chance the Bengals can win this game? That's what I want to ask you. I don't really think so. I think the Bengals, they got a few things going, but the Lions, even not playing their best, I feel like they're gonna figure it out at some point, kind of blow this thing up. I said that they're gonna win by 17 going into this game. It might be that way. Let me reload over here on my Brewsker. But oh yeah, also this year, while we have a little bit of time, I want to do some stuff coming this year. We're going to talk to the producer about it. I'm actually going to talk to Emerson from WBAY. I have some friends over there at WBAY TV2 in Green Bay. They're doing a Coats for Kids thing, and I want to try to help spread the word. And even if like you don't have, if you don't live in Green Bay, and there's like Coats for Kids stuff, you have old coats in your closet, maybe your kids are outgrowing them or whatever, donate them. Because a lot of kids don't have coats in the wintertime. I'm going to try to help with that a little bit. I'm going to do some video stuff on that, how you can help if you're in the Green Bay area. But, I think every area kind of does the Coat for Kids stuff. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's one of the better things that we do as a society. You know what I mean? Help out the less fortunate people who don't have coats for the kids, because you don't want kids freezing at the bus stop. You know what I mean? So if you're able to help, you should do that. I'm going to get all that information. Like I say, I'm going to head up Emerson and see how I know that they WBAY has a thing, and with Fox Community, Credit Union, that jingle, Fox Community Credit Union, you know what I mean? So we're gonna try to help out in those areas. But yeah, and Chiefs, we got Chiefs versus Jags Monday Night Football, 7:00 p.m. Central Time. Come hang out. It's gonna be a good game. The producer did a lot of work on different graphics that might irritate people, but I think others will like, you know what I mean? And that's what we're about here, you know what I mean? You can't please everyone. It's going to be fun. What's up, Ivan? It's a great thing to do. Absolutely. Coats for Kids. I also want to look at trying to do some stuff for like helping with like school supplies, like for kids who don't have all the school supplies and whatnot. I'm working on this season to try to do some stuff to give back, use a platform to give back, and maybe even have some merch where like on these days, all the merch, the proceeds go to, like all my profits will go to whatever charity and stuff like that. I think it's good to do. What, you have a producer? Dude, I've had a producer for like 2 weeks now. Well, 2 weeks. Philly boy, you knew this. We got Vinny boy in the building, you know what I mean? Vince, say something. Let him know. Let him know who you are.
Phil is pushing my buttons today, man.
You and Phil had like a long going feud, I felt like, even in the comment section before you became the producer.
I think I'm gonna have to take Philly boy for a ride.
You know what I mean? Might have to happen. But yeah, there we go, dude. But I'll say like Phil's been like one of the, I think how long have you been watching my streams, Phil? I feel like it's been like you're like probably one of the oldest watchers. I don't want to disrespect anyone who's been watching a long time, but I remember like when I first started, I was like, I'm in a basement now, but I've had like 5 different spots where I did my stuff in this house. There's like a gun room. They call it that because people lived before me. They had it packed full of guns, but that's why it's still called that. But now it's like a storage room. But I was in there for a while, but it was very small and it was very like dungeon like. And then I was like way upstairs in my son's bedroom. I think that's kind of like where I started when I first started live streaming. But they were pretty bad back then. Not that they're fantastic now, but they were. We were getting after it. But we got the Super Fleck Vince over here. I've never met Vince.
That's why he wants Super Mac. That's why.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why you disappoint him with the lack of Superman.
Here you go.
Super Mac.
See, but I saved Super Mac for the Packer ones. That's Packer.
But
privilege.
people want
there
it.
You go.
Give the people what they want, Vince.
All right. All right.
Somebody got to lay the law down a little bit. You know what I mean?
You guys don't realize the guy I work for, the stuff he makes me do is horrible.
Dude, hey, you're the employee. I'm just kidding. Dude, but I will say, shout out to Vince doing all this. He spends a lot of work on this stuff, all these graphics. I could never do any of this without him. So shout out to him. You know what I mean? And they got the pigeons, dude. They're still out there too. I think the pigeons, like they don't fly south. They hang out, dude. They're out there. Go outside of here. Like I don't like it. Yeah, dude. White dry erase boards. That's why the whole scoreboard thing started, because I just dry erase board and I'd always forget. Then I had like a iPad up there for a while. My buddy Kevin, shout out to Kevin. He made me like a scoreboard screen, which I was using up until I'm at Vince. It's still a good scoreboard. So shout out to Kevin. But yeah, back in the day, dude, we had whiteboard where we were just getting by. We have the kickoff coming up over here.
Actually, it's kind of cool that Phil mentioned that, because I do have a whiteboard that you could do some Madden stuff on this, where you could circle plays and do all that. Yeah, so it's coming, Phil. It's coming.
Yeah, we might bring it back in a different way. But they're going to have the return here till about the 27-yard line. But yeah, dude, Ivan, you never met Vince. Maybe someday. Talking to Crabtree in the dark closet looking room. Good times. Yeah, dude. I remember talking to Tom Crabtree on my podcast when I first started my very first podcast, and it was just like on a speakerphone. It was crazy. Anyway, we're going to get to this game right here. We can still talk about that, but we got the Bengals starting off this drive. They're going to hand this thing up the middle, off the shotgun for about 4 yards. So it's going to be, that was first down and 10. Second down, and I believe it's going to be about 6. How far do you and Vince live from Lambeau Field? I live a lot shorter than he does. I live about 35, 40 minutes drive from Lambeau Field. He lives, I don't know, put him on blast, I think a few hours though. Second down and 5. Here we go. We're going to begin shotgun ball at the 32-yard line. He's got Chase in motion. He's back to throw. He's looking. I bet he throws a Chase. He's not looking at Chase. He's throwing it down the field. It's intercepted. Intercepted by the Lions, and the Bengals' woes, continue to go. And that's going to be good field position for the Lions. Oh, my goodness. Boom. Tough acting to Nacton right there. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's not what you want. Deb, can't believe you're still dealing with those dang pigeons. Dude, they've been around for like a year. They tore down a church down the street from my house, and all the pigeons that live there, homeless. They find my home. But, yeah, that was a bad throw. Bad decision. He had Chase on a flat on the right side. Never looked at him, you know what I mean? So we got turnover on downs over here, 14-3. Lions are going to start in great field position. Goff 11-14, 132 yards and a touchdown. He's going to start here at the 28-yard line. 28 yards to go to the end zone. He's going to be under center. He's got a man in the back. Come on, Bengals defense. Can you do something here? They're going to be running up the middle. Not a lot there. He's going to get to about the 25. So that's going to be a few yards. Yeah, dude, Browning not having a good time. I feel bad for him, you know what I mean? Ivan says, I live 7 minutes from Lambeau. If you guys want his address, let me know. I've been there a few times, you know what I mean? I'll take you guys there one day. We'll be live. Like, hey, we're going to Ivan's house. I'll show you where he lives. Here we go. Goff's going to be under center. Play action. Looking to throw. He's got a nice block by Gibbs, but that's incomplete. Tries to get rid of it. That was a good block. Intended for Laporta. Better put that cat to use and get those pigeons. My cats are lazy, bro. They ain't doing it. Yeah, Laporta with the drop there. I'm not sure if it was a drop or just couldn't get it to him. Let's check the replay. They're looking at it right here. Looked like it might have been a drop. You know what I mean? Looked like it might have been a drop. Here we go. 368 folks watching live right here. Goff's going to be in shotgun split backfield. Play clock's down to 5. He's got it off. He's looking to throw. Gets it middle of the field, and that's going to be a first down to St. Brown. And he's got lots of men on top of him. There's like 3 dudes that tackled him right there. That was just a good route by St. Brown. They got the ball to him right when he needed to get to him. He was running right towards the defender. Goff had time, feet planted, easy throw. Where's the cat? I have the cat down here somewhere. Usually it's sitting right here, but it's not. No, that's not the real cat. It sounds just like him, though. Here we go from the 15-yard line. Goff's going to be under center. He's got a man in the backfield. He's going to hand this thing off up the middle. He's got a little bit of room inside the 10-yard line. About the 9-yard line is where they're going to get this. I was down in Chicago this weekend making enemies with Cubs and Bears fans. You know what I mean? What were you doing down there, Ivan? Ivan's he's a traveler. Were you at a concert? What were you doing? 2nd down and 5. You wouldn't notice. Like, check out Ivan's profile picture right here. But this dude is like, he goes to some serious concerts, dude. So, metalhead, dude. Good guy right here. Shout out to Ivan. Here we go. Goff's going to be under center. About the 9.5-yard line. He's got a man in the backfield. They get points right here. It's probably Dunzo. He's going to have a run up the middle. He's going to try. He's fighting for the 5-yard line. There's going to be, is there flags? There's flags flying in. He got to about the 5-yard line on that.
Not many people know this. When you look at Ivan's profile picture, the man is 23 years old. Not many people know this.
Yeah, he's 23 years old. That's the thing, dude. You root for the Packers long enough, you know what I mean? This is what 23 years old looks like, you know what I mean? Ivan's an absolute legend. One of the cooler people I've met doing this stuff. We hang out sometime. It's been a little bit, you know what I mean? Goff's going to be 12 of 16, 142 yards and a touchdown. 2nd down and 15. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. 11:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Can the Bengals kind of like hold them? Can the defense protect their offense a little bit? Goff to be back to throw, tosses it left side to Gibbs, and he's going to get to the 15. He's making some guys miss, and he's at a 5 down. Oh, I think he got a touchdown, and that's a touchdown for the Lions. That was a freakish play by Gibbs. You can't deny that. Jamar Gibbs, absolute great job just running, get into that end zone, juking around, fighting with, power. But you're the legend. Absolutely I am. I'm just kidding. But let's check this replay here. Great job on the screen. They had blockers on both guys. Good job, Laporta. I think he was one of them in there. But Jamar Gibbs just wouldn't stop. Got to give props where it's due. You know what I mean? I don't want to say too many good things, but let's just be real, though. Now, here comes the extra point. It's get up again, baby. But 21-3. But the Bengals, dude, they're not playing good at all. You think the Lions would have like 40 on them by now. But here we go. As they go to commercial, we will as well. Let me restock on the beer over here. Use the rest area. And I get the comment first. Ivan, is the leg 23 years old? Hey, I didn't read that comment before I put it up there. Hey, take it easy, Philly boy. You know what I mean? Ivan's a legend. You know what I mean? That's all I'll say about that. We're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back. Shout out to Ivan.
Attention. Have you or a loved one been seriously... forget that. Let's do this Nicolay Law style and give the people what they want.
It's Nicolay. It's Nicolay. Nicolay Law. Billboard, baby.
Shout out to Nicolay Law being fantastic sponsors over there. You know what I mean? You get injured, you know what I mean? That's who you want to talk to, Nicolay Law. NicolayLaw.com. Let's see what people are saying in the comments over here while stepped away over here. Also, check out the podcast, The Matt Ramage Show, everywhere you listen to podcasts. You know, Apple, Spotify, all those fantastic places, you know what I mean? But here we go. We're going to have ourselves a kickoff over here. 11:25 to go in the third quarter. Lions up 21-3. Can the Bengals make this competitive? It's not looking good in the way their offense is kind of going. They have some pieces, but here come 5, 10, 15, 20. He's fouling his blocker. He's trying to get past out, running it right side. Oh, I think he might get past him. He did not. He's going to be knocked out of bounds. I think that's going to be short of the 25-yard line, maybe the 30. To check that out. I'm trying to get back to these comments over here with Philly Boy and Ivan. Ivan can take a joke, you know what I mean? Deb says, where's the porta potty video? We had that earlier. Chad Crimes. All right, here we go. First down and 10. He's going to be in shotgun. He's going to hand this thing off up the middle, out of shotgun, and that's going to be a gain of about 5, 6 yards. I thought it was going to be like 7, but ref kind of called him back a little bit. 14-24, 86 yards, 3 interceptions for Browning. Jamar Chase, 4 receptions, 3 tackles. All on Jake Browning's interceptions, obviously. 4 receptions, 3 tackles for your wide receiver. If your wide receiver has 4 receptions and 3 tackles, bro, you're not winning that ball game. Here we go. Browning out of shotgun. He's got a man to his right. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and he's going to get a couple there. But I think maybe halfway to the first down, but I'm not sure. It was 2nd and 5. I think it's probably going to be 3rd and 3. Oh, my goodness. And I'm not trying to dig on Browning, you know what I mean? But you got Jamar Chase, dude. That should be the whole game plan. And I get you can't just throw to him, but, 4 receptions. You're down 21-3, 10-14 to go in the third quarter. Just throw to him every single time. Here we go. Browning's going to be in shotgun, empty backfield. This should be a throw to Chase. Here we go. 3rd down and 3. He's back to throw, and he's going to try to throw it incomplete. Intended for Gajewski. Is that who that is? Gajewski? I don't know how to say his name, but it's 4th down now. And he had, good coverage on him. I believe that's his tight end. It was a good pass, but there was good coverage there. The refs have been terrible across the board today. I feel like that's like throughout the season. Refs are just not good. Here we go. We're going to have a punt. 10:03 to go in the third quarter. Just kind of, I don't know. This game isn't looking like it's going to be too exciting. And that's going to be a touchback into the end zone. We might have to start talking about some other stuff, you know what I mean? When you have like a blowout situation. Phil doesn't like when these punters kick it out, you know what I mean? Gasecki. Is that his name? Gasecki? I don't like saying people's name wrong. All due respect, you know what I mean? But they shouldn't have thrown it to you. But here we go. We have ourselves a 21-3 ball game. And looking like the Lions are going to run away with this thing. I don't see a situation where the Bengals even make this competitive. But anyways. So check it out this week, Tuesday. Obviously, Monday night, we have Monday Night Football, but Tuesday, I'll be live, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, talking the bye week, talking, what the Vikings did, what the Lions are doing right now, talking about going forward, who the Packers play. So come hang out with me Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, be like a podcast vibe. Maybe I'll have a guest. Maybe I'll have Ivan. Who knows? I don't know what I'm going to do.
Check out Matt's brand new set for Tuesday nights.
Oh yeah.
You'll have to tune in for that.
We got a new overlay that Vince has been working really hard on. So we got like kind of a new overlay vibe for the podcast. It's going to be good. It's going to make it stand out a little bit. I like to be a little bit different. You know what I mean? I don't want them all to look the same. That's why we have Vince. You know, shout out to Vince making it look good. But we have 378 folks watching live across all the places right now. I appreciate you know what I mean? Still got that one lone Twitch follower, you know what I mean? I respect that, you know what I mean? People who stand out. And shout out to the sponsors of the show. We got Quick Trip right here, you know what I mean? You're coming to Green Bay this season on coming to a Packer game. They got all the things that you need to tailgate. And if you get in an accident, get injured on the way here, and you end up missing work, you call Nicolay Law, nicolaylaw.com, and they're going to make sure the insurance companies give you what you do and don't play games with you know what I mean? Ivan says, I have to be back on. I have to meet Vince. You know what I mean? We'll figure that out. We might be able to get that done. You know what I mean? Philly Boy says, oh, yeah, we got to hang on first. We got to have the show a little quick mac and cheese. We didn't really name him. I think it's the mac and cheese man. Is that what we're calling him? But fall weather coming your way. Was getting sick of week in the 80s for a week. The only 80s I want is not the radio by voice. Yeah, dude, I don't like hot weather. I went outside today. I had my hoodie on because my wife keeps the house at like 40 degrees. It was like a walk-in cooler in my house. You know what I mean? Here we go. The Lions start this drive. Goff is play action, tosses this thing right side, and that's going to be to Laporta. He's going to get past the 50, 45. He's still moving close to the 40-yard line. That was a big-time play by the Detroit Lions right there by Laporta. But yeah, I'm a hoodie guy. I walk outside in a hoodie. It's like 80 degrees. People are looking at me funny. I don't care. I like hoodies. I got a lot of them in my store, you know what I mean? As a Lions fan, I love your videos. Much respect, my guy. Hey, I appreciate you being here. Yeah, you know what I mean? Lions fans, I feel like the in the NFC North are the ones I've got along with the best throughout the years. Obviously, in the last couple of years, it's been a little bit different. Some Lions fans don't like me as much. But, you know, the Lions are getting after it today, you know what I mean? Here we go. We're going to have a handoff up the middle left side to Montgomery for about 3 yards. Lions are playing good today, you know. I'm playing good really since week one. Week one, the Lions lost to the Packers. I don't know if I mentioned that a few times. But, like, since then, they've been lights out. Even today, I don't think they're playing as good as they should be playing because they're playing the Bengals, and that offense is not good. And then, you know, they got 2 turnovers and good field position. But they're doing what you're supposed to do to bad teams. They're doing what the Packers should have done to the Browns. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into that. I'm just saying that you're supposed to beat bad teams. And I'm going to say the Bengals are bad, but without their quarterback, they're not good. Here we go. Run right side by the Lions in here. That's going to be short of a first down. That's going to be third down. I think about 2 yards. Ivan says, I'm sweating like an old fat man drinking hot Bloody Marys. Not me. Not right now. That's the thing. I can wear a hoodie. I'm in my basement. My basement's always a little bit cooler, you know, where I'm not like fully underground in my basement. It's like half, you know, kind of a basement thing. So, but it usually stays pretty chill down here. Solid bye week for the Packers. Rest up and let's get after it next Sunday. Go Pack Go. Absolutely. That bye week coming into the season didn't seem good. But where we sit right now with the injuries and the offensive line and everyone, I think it's good. Here we go. Goff's me back to throw. And he's going to toss this thing. That's going to be a first down. Got it to Montgomery right up the middle on a quick pass over here. So that's first down for the Lions. I have a lot of hoodies. Dude, I have a lot of hoodies too. I love hoodies. I could wear hoodies year round. Even when it's like 12 degrees, I wear a hoodie. I have coats now. I never really had a coat for like a lot of years. I got them now because I wear them to Packer games. I got the white, all white Packer hoodie I got from the pro shop. Then I got a new one. Not really a winter hood, not really a winter coat, but it's a coat for sure. But before that, I really didn't. But the Packer pro shops are having these coats. I'm like, man, these things look nice. You know what I mean? But here we go. First down and 10. They're going to hand this thing off up the middle to Montgomery. He's bounced to the left side. He's got the first down. He's at the 10. He's still in bounds about the 7-yard line. The Lions got something going over here. But yeah, I didn't wear a coat for a lot of years. And I still don't wear them like day to day. Like those coats I have, I'll wear if I go to a Packer game. Like going to work because like it's warm in my house. I go to my truck. The truck's warmed up. I go inside my job or whatever. It's warm in there. Like you don't have to wear all these unless you're going out to do stuff. You're gonna be outside for a while. You know what I mean?
Hey, and a
but
quick
here we go.
shout out to Montgomery's family member they keep showing on the video in the wheelchair. Is that his mother?
I think I said a little bit about that earlier, that she's never seen him at a game. So I think that's his mother. It could be someone else, but either someone in his family. But yeah, it seemed like a good story. She never seen him. She gets to see him.
But terrific for the NFL and that to be showing that. That's outstanding. I think that's terrific they're doing that.
Yeah, I think it's cool when they show that little bit of personal side, especially when family member never got to see you play, and here they are. But here we go, 2nd and goal, 5:58 to go in the third quarter. Lions, 8-yard line. Bengals defense, can you shut it down right here? Goff's gonna be under center. He's going to hand this thing off to Montgomery. He's bouncing to the left side, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Lions, and Montgomery is having himself a day. Look at him. He got, I don't know what dance move that is, but he's getting after it. And that's cool knowing that what he's got going on, and they're showing on the screen here. So good for Montgomery. 27-3. But there you go. Yeah, the Lions are kind of doing what we expect them to do. I picked this game, so I picked the Lions to win. So like, this is at least one pick I got right. But it's his sister. There we go. I wasn't sure if it was who it was in his family. I knew it was someone in his family, but yeah, I didn't see exactly what they were saying earlier. But here comes the extra point. It's up. It's gonna be good. The producer's a little bit ahead of me. I wasn't even ready for that. That ball actually scared me coming at me.
I tried to get you that time.
You know what I mean? Almost got me. Don't worry. Lions and Packers are very good teams. Vikings and Bears ain't nothing. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it is. It's going to be deciding this division is going to be Packers and Lions. Lions are a good team. Packers beat them week 1. We're going to see what happens on Thanksgiving. Could they split? I wouldn't be stunned by this if they did, but I expect the Packers to win. I expect the Packers to get on their winning ways. Hey, Mr. Producer, can you bring up the schedule for the next 4 weeks or so, at least? We can kind of talk about that going forward for the Green Bay Packers, that is. What teams are undefeated? I'm not really sure. We'll definitely get in that. We already got the producer on one job. We can get him on that after. Show us the NFL standings later on. But yeah, we'll get in there. So hang with us. We got a little bit of game left, and we'll talk about who is undefeated and whatnot. But we're looking at the schedule over here. Let me go. Let me make sure everyone can see me. No, but we got coming up. They got the Bengals coming up, and that is in Cincinnati, right? And then they go. No, that's in Green Bay. That's a Green Bay game because a lot of people were hitting me up asking me if I was going to that game. So that's at Lambeau Field, and then we have at Arizona. Which the thing about Bengals should be a win, right? Let's just talk about this real quick. Bengals should be a win at Arizona. The Cardinals aren't really a good football team. I feel like they're a team that can get stuff done. Like if you try to treat them like you play the Browns, you could lose that game, but that's a game that they should win. So that should be 2-0 right there. Pittsburgh is going to be a big time game because the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, that's in Pittsburgh. That's going to be a tough one. I think playing in Pittsburgh is always tough. They're a tough team. They're a well-coached team. They got Aaron Rodgers. Now, I don't think that they're like the all big force that you have to be super concerned, like, oh my, that's going to be so tough. But it's also not a game you could take light. That's going to be a tough game. But that's going to be Sunday Night Football. I should take that Monday off, you know what I mean? But that's going to be a good one. And then Carolina. Carolina is probably one of the worst teams that you've seen in the last how many years, you know what I mean? So Carolina, that should be one. So that should be 1, 2, 3 for sure wins. At Pittsburgh, I think is going to be a little tough. I'm not saying that they're going to lose that game, but I could see. I think the worst they do in that situation, those 4 weeks, is 3-1, and I think it's 4-0. I think the Packers beat Pittsburgh. I think Matt LaFleur's going to be fired up to play Aaron Rodgers. I think that whole thing is going to be great. Sunday Night Football, that's going to be electric. You know what I mean? And then Philadelphia Eagles, that's going to be a tough one. Monday Night Football. On that one. Then I'm traveling to New York, for that Giants game, November 16th. I won't have any streams that week. Here, we have a kickoff over here. The Lions are kicking it off to the Bengals. We're going to have a return from about the 4-yard line to the 10, 15. He's trying to cut it across the right. They do the same thing every time. Nothing happens. Oh, he's going to get to about 28-yard line where they're going to start. But yeah, so I'll be in New York for a little bit for that. So we won't have podcasts that week, but I'll be doing a lot of content. So come hang out. But But yeah, so then we got Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago, Denver, Chicago, Baltimore, Minnesota. I think that those are winnable games in there. There's some tough ones. We're gonna see how this goes, but I think the worst the Packers do coming out of the bye is 3-1 out of those 4 games, and I don't think they're gonna lose to Pittsburgh. I'm just saying that if there was a game that they're gonna drop, that might be the one. But all right, here we go. Ball at own 27-yard line. The Bengals are gonna be handing this thing off out of shotgun up the middle, and there's not gonna be a lot there. About 2 yards. So nobody undefeated? Yeah, I think just Buffalo is undefeated. So we're going back to Stacy's question over here. She said, what teams are undefeated? I think it's just the Bills as of right now. Robert says his sister was in a severe car accident last year, paralyzed from neck down. Her first back in Cincy since leaving Iowa State. There you go. That's the story. So good for them, and she's seeing he's having himself a game. So here we go. Browning back to throw, right side. That's going to be a slant, incomplete. Oh, he got thrown out. I think that's just a penalty, a little rough.
And an update to confirm, Buffalo is the remaining undefeated team. You are correct.
So there you go. Buffalo, the remaining undefeated team. We have 375 folks watching live across all the places right now. Big shout out to every single one of you. I appreciate you. So here we go. 3rd down and 8, 4:54 to go in the third quarter. Browning's going to be in shotgun. He's got kind of a split back going on over there. Jamar Chase is in motion. He's back to throw. He's got enough time. Oh, he's going to scramble up the middle. And he gets the first down. They pull him down on the other side of the 40. And that's going to be a nice little scamper for the first down. You know what I mean? Let's talk about butt fumble Mark Sanchez body slamming a 69-year-old grease truck driver who stabbed Mr. Slurry in the chest because he was afraid for his life. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that story. I saw that this morning. I saw it, I think last night. I don't know when I first saw it, but at first it was like, Mark Sanchez got attacked, but then it was like, he did some sketchy stuff. We're going to have a play action rolling out. Browning looking to throw left side. That's going to be completed, and he's going to get jacked as soon as he kind of caught that thing on the ground. But yeah, I don't know the situation, the whole Mark Sanchez thing, but it seems like he got hammered and made some bad decisions and got stabbed for it. You know what I mean? I don't know the whole thing, but I know that he got arrested. So, but here we go. Frosty the Snowman. What is up, Maddie? How you doing, Frosty the Snow? I'm glad you're here. I was thinking about it. I was like, it's warm outside. Maybe Frosty got. You know what I mean? It's like 80 degrees outside over here. Sanchez will tell us it was a slight misunderstanding. No, he was obviously in the wrong, and there's how it seems right now. He got arrested. Here we go. Browning's going to be under center. Ball to 45-yard line. We're going to have a run. A little right side a little bit. That's going to be a couple yards. Browning's 15-27, 101 yards, 3 interceptions. This game should be like 55-3. 2nd down and 8. I mean, the Bengals defense I wouldn't say they're getting after it by any means, but the 28 points, you had 2 of those scores on short fields, like 30-yard line, give or take. So I feel like the Bengals defense is kind of, I wouldn't say handling their business, but they've been put in some bad spots, and considering it's the Lions. But here we go. Browning's going to be shotgun empty backfield, back to throw. He's looking. He's rolling left. He's running out of time. Got to get rid of it. He does, and that's going to be a flag, dude. That's pass interference, bro. That's pass interference on Chase. Yeah, we've seen that. I mean, I didn't see they didn't say what it was yet, but now they're saying it now. But that was just an obvious one. Did you say you started Browning in fantasy? Why would you do that? I started Tua because Jordan Love is on a bye and Lamar Jackson is hurt. So I started Tua. I actually went and got Tua just to play him, and I'll probably cut him. But unless Lamar's out for long term. Phil Boy said he started Fields. You guys are struggling at quarterbacks, huh? I'm not saying Fields is bad. I'm just saying fantasy-wise. Luke said, I did say Lions by 50 at the start, and you're right. It should be. It absolutely should be. But, I mean, they're still winning, so I'm not, dogging them. But they're up 28-3, but it could very easily be, Arnold too handsy. Shocker, you know what I mean? Sometimes people get a little handsy. I'm rolling with Daniel Jones. Dude, what's going on with your fantasy quarterbacks over there, Ivan? I think Daniel Jones is having a year, but still, like, I don't know. I got Lamar Jackson and Jordan Love. It's like I think it's, how many people play in this league? I think it's like a 10, 12 person league. It's a dynasty league. But I don't know. Rodgers had the week off, and I dropped Stroud. All right. And Stroud had himself a day today, didn't he? Well, I don't know his numbers, but whenever I seen like the updates on the score, it seemed like they were doing pretty good. So
he did very good today, yes.
Yeah, so C.J. Stroud was kind of getting a lot of heat, getting a lot of hate. Going to be like, yeah, he lost it. Because remember, everyone's talking about C.J. Stroud's better than Jordan Love. He's better than this and better than that. He came back to normal. And I don't think Stroud's bad, but, sometimes you get that little slump. But it seems like he got it back. Got the funk back, baby. You know what I mean? I lost Joe Burrow, so I picked up Indiana Jones. See, that's what you want to do. This is a good fantasy one right here. You know what I mean? Sometimes,
Stroud, Stroud was 23 for 27, 244 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Good job there, Philly boy. You don't really know how to make moves. I don't blame you, but like that's funny. I mean, I traded a quarterback for a guy that was put on injured reserve the next day, and then now I got Lamar Jackson hurt and Jordan Love on a bye. I had to go get Tua when I could have had I think it was the Pats quarterback. Fantasy wise, I think he's doing pretty decent. So I don't know. I kind of screwed that one up. That trade was so bad. People in the fantasy league that I'm in were like yelling at me. They were like, "What are you doing? You're just giving stuff away." And they're all mad. Like, I don't know. I'm just stupid. I didn't invite myself into this league. All right, let's get the reload going on over here. All right, so Brian Branch. It looked like they're taping up his leg. I don't know what's going on over there. But Stroud is the current QB1 in fantasy for this week. So there you go. Good job, Phil. All right, here we go. They're going to be in shotgun. Browning's looking. He's got lots of time.
Boom.
Lost to the right side, but there was all the time he had, and that's what he chose. About 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, tackled immediately. Not good. I might pick up Doug from Lumu next. I picked up. All right.
All right. Daniel Jones, 20 of 29, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I thought we were talking about Indiana Jones.
Oh, it's Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones, yeah.
No, I'm not going to the real Indiana Jones. That's what I'm saying. 2nd and 12, here we go. Browning back to throw. He's rolling right, run out of time, gets rid of it, and he gets about 4 yards. Oh, the ball comes out, but Higgins jumps on top of it immediately. Dude, just imagine being Higgins or Chase on this team. Like, really, really good players. And this team is just not it. I think with Burrow, they're better, but like they got some big time players. Burrow, Chase, Higgins. They got some other guys. Like they got to figure it out. I mean, obviously, got to keep Burrow on the field. Need the Bengals to score playing against Detroit defense. All right, good luck, Frosty. You know what I mean? They're getting down there though. They might get a garbage touchdown here. That was 3rd down and 8. That's me 4th down and about 3 now. So right now, not looking good for you, Frosty, on this drive. They might try to go for 28-3. Looks like they are. I like when you're committed that way. Yeah, they're down 28-3, dude. Come on, Browning. He's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. But just short of the 34-yard line, about the 33.5. Let's see if they got one in him. 4th and 3. Here we go. He's back to throw. He's looking to throw quick left side, and their miscommunication. No flag on that? There's a flag on that. They threw flag. But how was there no flag? Like, how would it take so long? Pass interference on a defense. That was a very, very late flag. I don't like late flags because that makes me think that they were talked into it. But to me, it should have been. Let's check the replay. Hey, he grabbed him right there. He had his hands on him the whole time the ball was in the air. He had his hands on him 100% of the time. Yeah, absolutely it should be called. 76 points? What the hell kind of league you in? Here we go. Brownie's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. Ball at the 30-yard line. Can they get a score before this game ends? And it's going to be a completed pass in the middle of the field, and he's still moving. He shakes some guys off, a first down to about the 15-yard line as he runs out of bounds. And you, Frosty the Snowman, might get your wish. Look at the Bengals fans all sitting down right.
Hey, Matt, when they asked the defender, were you holding the receiver? He said no, and they knew he was lying.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Don't quit your day job, right?
Here we go. Browning's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right, ball at the 15-yard line. Now he's got split backs back there. Is that Chase? Chase to his left now. I think they're shutting it down. Yep, that dude in Carolina, he ran for 206 yards and a touchdown. That's crazy. Let's go Bengals, you know what I mean? Vegas weighing in. Talking about that late flag. All right, they're showing highlights over here. Did they switch games? I think they switched games on me. I might have to check something out here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm... let's vote. People watching right now. What do you want me to do? Go back? Because I could find that game because I have NFL YouTube TV. Or do you want to rock with this game? What do we want to do? I'll let people decide. I don't usually switch games in between live streams. But I also don't want to call a game that no one else can watch. You know what I mean? If you don't have YouTube TV.
That totally messes up my spot back here now, too.
Yeah, it messes up everything. So we're going to see what's going on. What do you want us to do, people? Do you guys want to see? Ivan says, let's go to Washington, San Diego. So I think people kind of want us to go to this game, so we might. First of all, because I can get it, like, because I got YouTube TV, but obviously everyone doesn't have that. So I don't want to be doing a game that no one else can watch, and people are watching this game. So what do you think, Vince?
We can definitely do that. Give me a second to change the scoreboard and stuff, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have a scoreboard situation.
Oh, no. Ivan, I can make this work, dude. Have faith in Vince. I said you were 23 years old. Come on.
They said, go watch Lifetime. No wine over here. I used to watch a lot of Lifetime movies with my mom. I remember this one movie that always sticks out when I think about Lifetime movies. It's I Know My First Name is Steven, about this kid that gets like kidnapped or whatever, and he comes back like as an adult. I remember watching that. So shout out to Stacy over here throwing it back. Yeah, so we'll update this scoreboard. We'll move on. Yeah, and it's a better game. Don't usually switch halfway through a stream, but we'll figure it out, you know what I mean? But Vince will work. He's over here. I can watch him in a little... She's over there hammering away, and there's a... Vince is a good guy there, Ivan. Vince is a good guy. Ed Gain on Netflix was less of a slaughter than the Lions-Bengals game. Yeah, that was a blowout. And I get why they switched. You know, you got a 28-3 ball game. See Vince over here just getting after it. We're watching him work in real time over here. Dude at Phil watched the first 2 episodes. Yeah, I don't think I watched that one. You know what I mean? Hey, Stacy, have you ever seen that movie? I Know My Real Name is Steven. He painted his name on the garage door after he got kidnapped. His dad like painted around it. Remember that part? It's like in memory of the vandalism you did. But here we go with Washington. We're gonna have this game. We'll talk about it. You know what I mean? It's 2nd down and 2 over here. 4th quarter just started. We're inside 15 minutes. The Bengals, I think, came out with the ball. Or not the Bengals, the Chargers. See, I'm still... Just switch halfway through. Here we are. People who might just tune in and see like the thumbnail on YouTube or whatever, they're like, this isn't the game they said they were going to be watching. But we got ourselves a fumble over here. We're going to get locked in Washington. You know, Preston Smith is in this game. Preston Smith plays for the Washington. I don't know where, how they've been using him and what's what. See, Stacy did see that movie. It's a good movie right there. My mom liked that movie back in the day. Let's see what Frosty said. That's so nice. Oh, you got your wish.
I was Steven.
I know, right? That was you. Why'd you write your name on that garage? Dad was all mad. Then he got kidnapped. And he was like, oh, man, I shouldn't have been so mean to him. But he was vandalizing the garage. It's a good movie. Here we go. The Chargers. First down and 10. They're going to be under center over here. I formation. He's tossing this thing left side, and he's going to try to make some people miss. And he's going to get a couple yards. You know what I mean? A couple yards there, Vinny. Justin Herbert under pressure today, 4 sacks on 9 pressures, 2.16 seconds to pressure. That's not good. So the offensive line for the Chargers really not getting after it. Washington, probably Preston Smith has like 4 sacks, all of them, probably. You think so? Second down and 8, Herbert's going to be in shotgun. He's back to throw. He's looking to throw right. Now he goes middle of the field, and that's going to be completed for about 2 yards. I'm trying to look. Oh, Preston, is that Preston Smith in there? I don't know. I've seen a Smith. I don't really know even what number he's wearing in Washington, but is he 54? Is that Preston right there? There you go. 73% favorite now. I wasn't favored at any point during fantasy football this week. All right, so Herbert's going to be in shotgun, 3rd down and 6. He's back to throw. Got time, gets it. That's going to be a first down. This is so funny to me. I'm just like switching games like halfway through. I've never done that before. I never really thought about games get cut off. That could happen, but there we go. I remember that movie, but I am not old enough to be your mom because I watched it with my mom. All right, there you go. You just told everyone your mom old. Here we go. First down and 10. Herbert's going to be in shotgun. He's going to hand this thing off up the middle. No room there. That's going to be shut down. Washington's defense getting after it. I think he spelled it Steven like the first one. I think yeah, it was Steven. Because that's like Stefan, isn't it? Or it can be. But anyways, here we go. Herbert's going to be in shotgun.
It was with the V. It's just like the way I spell mine. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the right way. The other way is just weird. Here we go. Herbert's back to throw. He's rolling right. He's going to throw it deep downfield, and that's completed, I think, on the sideline. No, they're saying he was out. That was to Allen over here. I don't know what his numbers are today. He's a very good wide receiver. Dude, was he in? Nope. His right foot was out of bounds. Unless he tapped it as he caught it, but it looked to me like he was out. 19 and 24, 147 yards and a touchdown for Justin Herbert. Yeah, his right foot I don't think ever touched inbounds. So how much time left in this game? This game has 12:22 to go in the fourth quarter. It's 3rd down and 10. Herbert's in shotgun. He's back to throw. He's looking. He gets rid of it, and that's going to be completed just short of a first down there, Stacy. So that was 3rd down and 10. They're in field goal range. Now they're saying first down, huh? So that's first. Vince knew before me.
Hey, trust Vinny.
Yep, that's a good call. They're showing that first down marker camera view, and you could see that that's where he started. So Herbert now 20 of 25, 157 yards. He's in shotgun. 32 yards to go to the end zone. They're down 10. He's going to be running up the middle. He handed this thing off, right? And that's going to be about 2-yard gain over there. Washington, dude, they coming with it. You know, Washington's 2-2. Chargers are 3-1. I think a lot of people probably picked the Chargers to win this game. The Chargers are, you know, starting off pretty good. But Washington Commanders, they are here to say. You know, because they had Jaden Daniels got hurt during that Packer game. That Packers won, you know what I mean? That was a good one. So 11:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Clock is ticking. Herbert's in shotgun. He's back to throw. Throws it right side. That's going to be completed for like a 1-yard gain. Not a lot there. It's going to be third down. And I would think about 10:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Clock is ticking, Layden. All right, let's hurry it up, people. Vinny or Vinny? You spell it any way you want. I think Vinny is V-I-N-Y. I don't think the I-E. You know what I mean? That's just me. Here we go. 3rd down and 6. Herbert's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. 29 yards to go to the end zone. He's back to throw. He gets a first down. Big time completion to Allen. They're acting like the ball's on the ground. They're being weird about it. Yeah, that was a good catch. A little bit low, but he grabbed that thing. Lions starting to have issues keeping Hendrickson out of the backfield. Bengals with ball 28-10, 12:40 to go. There you go. Now we're at 9:50 to go, so that might have been an old comment. I don't know why it took a while to up the but we're going to have a run up the middle here by the Chargers inside the 15-yard line. He's going to get to about the 13, I believe. Since you switched games, how is your number of people watching? Did you gain or lose? I'm at 383. I think it's about the same. I think we're just about the same. I think we were about 380 before. I think the game switched for everyone, so that's why I kind of wanted to stick with it, because if no one else could see the game that I was going to call, then that'd just be weird. 2nd down and 2. Herbert's going to be in chicken. All right, he's going to hand this thing off. He's going to bounce this thing right side. He's got some room. He's at the 5. He's going towards the end zone, down about the 1-yard line, though. And the Chargers, who are down 10 points, are going to be in position to score a touchdown right here. That works for Winnie the Pooh. Dude, Winnie the Pooh was like that show. Like for me, like everyone has that show like when they were a kid. Dude, Winnie the Pooh was it, dude. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger too, you know what I mean? I like that bouncing fellow he had a friend with, you know what I mean? Good friend group he had, you know what I mean? 1st down and goal. Here we go. Herbert's going to be in center. Allen's going to be in motion. Looks like they're going to try to run this thing, I think. No play action. Herbert's looking towards the end zone. Off the fingertips. That's going to be incomplete. He wants a flag. He's not getting it, and he's yelling at people about it. He's like... 8:27 to go in the fourth quarter. He absolutely was incredible. He always had a lot of energy. He might have had a drug problem, but they didn't talk about it on the show. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. That's the jokes. But shout out to Taker. All right, we'll get back to the comments over here. Herbert's going to be under center, 2nd down and goal. Looks like they're set up to run this thing right up the middle, and they're going to. They're trying to run it left side, but the defense is all over that, and that's shut down for a big-time loss.
You'll feel that one tomorrow.
He's going to feel it tomorrow, that's for sure. Down to about the 3-yard line. Frosty says, I'm listening to you and watching the Seattle Bucks and Lions Bengals. Dude, you're getting after it, dude. You are watching a lot. Appreciate you listening along, though. Here we go, 3rd down and goal. Herbert's going to be, they're going to be at the 4-yard line. He's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. Now he's got a man in motion. He's back to throw. Quick pass. Oh, intercepted at the 1-yard line. Bobbled, kind of tipped up in the air to himself. Caught that thing, and that's going to be intercepted. A big-time play for the Washington Commanders. And like the Lions game, I think this is a wrap, too. That was your opportunity to make this a ball game. Tipped pass. That's why it was off. And then defender, great job. Tipping that ball, kind of bobbling it, kept his eyes on the ball, was able to catch that thing. Oh my goodness! All right, so they're going to commercial. We will be right back after these messages. You know what I mean?
What the hell's going on out here? Get him out of there, will you?
The Ultimate fan would know that the Packers played their first ever road game in Ishpeming, Michigan.
An Ultimate fan would know that Coach LaFleur was the 15th head coach and that he won 7 out of his first 8 games.
If anyone should decide who the ultimate Packers fan is, I should make that call.
Coach LaFleur?
Could you make the cut and become the Quick Trip Ultimate Packers fan presented by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar?
One lucky fan will win a prize pack that includes 50 grand and 2 tickets to every Packers home and away game next season. Full rules at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
That's a sweet package that Quick Trip's giving away right there. You know what I mean? Get them tickets and everything. So check out the Quick Rewards app. See how you can get in on that. You know what I mean? But we are here talking Commanders. We are talking Chargers unless they switch out of this game. It's a 10-point game. And Commanders got that interception at the 1-yard line. 7:40 to go. I don't see a situation unless there's some big blunders here by the Commanders. Who's playing quarterback? Is Jaden Daniels in for the Commanders? I know he was hurt. They're going to be in you know what I mean. They're going to rolling out right. Look at the row. He's going to get rid of it, and that's going to give him some room close to the first down marker at the 11-yard line. No, they're looking back at that interception over here. Here we go. Robert says 64-yard throw from Browning to Chase, 28-17, 10:22 to go. So they could have stuck with that game. You know what I mean? The Bengals scored again. We were watching the Lions game, but the Lions game got switched over. So most people who were watching live were seeing the same thing I was seeing, so we just stuck with this game instead. But it's not my fault. All right, so the Commanders are going to try to run this thing up the middle. It's going to be a first down to the 20-yard line. Ivan says, I entered the 1950 with 1950 fan points. There you go. I hope and pray the Pack beat them too, but I know they love to keep games close on bad teams, unfortunately. Yeah, they have to. No, I think coming out of the bye week, the Packers will come out swinging. Jaden Daniels in here, first down and 10, 6:25 to go in the fourth quarter. You definitely need a Quick Trip over there in Georgia, you know what I mean? Jaden Daniels going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. They're at the 20-yard line, 80 yards to go. Can they get some going? They're trying to run it left side. He's got to make some people miss, and he's going to be about 9 yards. About a 9-yard gain over here. 6:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Yeah, that was a weird thing, though, to have the game like switch like that. We had to figure it out. This will be like a test because I've never done it before. Do we stay with the original game, switch over, or do we stay with the game that's on? We'll figure that out. Me and Vinny will talk about this. I'm not sure what the right choice is. Yeah, because now the Lions, that game's getting closer. But here we go. 2nd down and 1. 5:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Jaden Daniels back here in a little pistol action. That was the word before I was trying to think of. All right, we're going to have a flag over here. Yep, they blow this thing dead. Vinny's a little bit ahead of me. Tampa and Seattle tied up at 35 with 58 seconds. They should have gave us that game instead. You know what I mean? Are you doing Sunday night game? I am not doing Sunday night game tonight. But we will be back tomorrow for Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football, we're going to be here. And then Tuesday, we'll be here at 7:30 p.m. Central Time doing a podcast stream, talking about the Packers, coming out of the bye week and all the things that go with that. And then we got Thursday Night Football, you know what I mean? We have some stuff this week, but no Sunday Night Football. Jaden Daniels going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left looking, throws it left side. And that's going to be a wide receiver screen. That's going to be a first down. He gets to about the 35-yard line, but a flag on the play. Dude, these refs really know how to ruin games. You know what I mean? Tampa just intercepted Darnold. There we go. Let's see what this flag is. Jets said I'm laughing so hard at me right now at the Jets head coach. He said that he didn't want Rodgers because he said he was washed up and that the problem for the team, but yet the Jets have the worst start in Glenn as a head coach, 0-5. He should apologize to Aaron Rodgers because he wasn't the problem. The owner and the Jets are terrible. No, I think what it is, what the actual thing is, he wanted his own guys. He didn't want to start his coaching career and start his head coaching career locked into Aaron Rodgers. The same way, I think it was Rex Ryan when Brett Favre was in New York. He didn't want him either. They don't want these veteran, older guys there that have a voice. They want to do it. They'd rather start 0-5. Here we go. They're going to be back to throw. Washington, he's got pressure. Now he's going to scramble. Now he's running left side. He's going to go down, and there's going to be a flag on the play. I don't know where this flag was thrown. I think it was thrown back. That might be in holding territory. No, on defense. 15-yard penalty added to the end. Automatic first down for the Commanders. Oh, tripping. Yeah, he hacked at his shin there. I'm going to just say it. The Commanders aren't a good team. The flags and turnovers costed the Chargers this game. Commanders ain't making the playoffs this year. Yeah, I didn't see the whole game, so we just tuned in when they switched us over here. So, I don't know. A lot of reffing, though, going on since I've been watching this game. Too much reffing going on. 4:52 to go in the fourth quarter. Jane Dan's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. Ball at the 41-yard line. Maybe they can get something going here. He's trying to run this thing left side. Not a lot there, about a yard. He jumps forward. You can't do the tripping. You can't hack at the shins like that. You know what I mean? Well, I'm going to tune out. Thank you, Matt and Vince, for all you do. And I will be back on some stream during the week. Go Pack Go. You know, we'll be Monday Night Live, or Monday Night Football will be here. Tuesday night, 7:30. Come hang out, Stacey. I appreciate you being here. And have a good night. You know what I mean? You think tonight's game will be boring? I'm not really sure. Hang on, we got a play going on over here. Jaden Daniels going to be in shack. He's got a man to his right. 2nd down and 9. All right, he's looking to throw. He's trying to make some guys miss. I think he's going to try to run with it. He's trying to get the first down on his own. He can't get enough. He's going to be short by about a yard, I think. So who plays tonight? It's the Bills, right? The Bills are playing a bad team, I believe, right? If I remember correctly.
Bills versus the Patriots.
Bills versus the Patriots. So, yeah, I was right.
In Buffalo.
I don't think it'll be really boring because I think it's a division game and whatnot. But, oh, my God, there was a play at the Cardinals and Titans. Holy buckets. Thanks for all the explaining there, Ivan. Absolutely. Stacey, have a good one. Yeah, so Bills, Patriots. A lot of people are tapping in over here. Here we go. Daniel's going to be under center here. And they need... He's play action. He's looking. I think he's going to run this thing. There's a flag on the play, though. It's going to be a first down. But we're going to see if that thing counts. We're going to see what this flag is. 3:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Let's see what this penalty is here. Illegal formation. didn't really hear the rest that he said, but illegal formation. Mr. Scott with the penalty, dude.
You know, this game's going to probably get over with before the Lions when they're going to send us back to the Lions when this gets over with. You know that.
Probably. 38-35, Tampa won walk-off field goal. There you go, dude. That sounds like a good game. A lot better than this one. 3rd down and 6. Yeah, we're going to get tossed back and forth. I think next time if that happens, I might just stick with the original game no matter what. But here we go. We're going to have Daniels throwing left side. And that's going to be a pass interference, right? Yeah, there's more flags. Since I've watched this game, there's been like 6 penalties. And that was a penalty. He wasn't looking back at the ball, hands all over him. Like, that was definition of pass interference. Yeah, here we go. There was an interception that was fumbled and recovered by the Titans for a touchdown. Absolutely crazy. Dude, Tampa, they're a fun team to watch. They're a fun team to watch. Here we go, 20-10 in this particular ball game. 3:15 to go in the 4th quarter. Yeah, we definitely should have stuck with the Lions game. Dude, for real, I've never seen so many flags. All right, Daniels is going to be in a pistol. He's going to hand this thing off left side. He bounces in the middle. And he's got some room. That's a 1st down to about the 22-yard line. And the Commanders are just pretty much stealing this game out. They should just bounce it back to the Lions game anyways. I think that was kind of a mistake with it to bounce him to this game. A 10-point game. The Commanders are, pretty much in control. Chargers had a situation, opportunity there, but not a good idea. That's why I think next time we'll just stick with the original game. But here we are. I fed the dogs, took them outside, came back in, and only missed 3 plays. You know what I mean? Deb says, I'm tuning out myself, doing some watering outside, so dry here. Multiple field fires in our area. See you tomorrow night. Go Pack, go. Appreciate you, Deb, for hanging out, and go get that watering in. You know what I mean? Hopefully, no fires over there for you. But appreciate you tuning in. Thanks a lot. Robert says 35-17 Lions, 5:14 to go. So we're pretty much in the same spot for this game. The Lions just scored, you know what I mean? Yeah, so that's that game's out of reach too. I don't think this game is particularly interesting either, but here we are. Yeah, Deb's awesome. You know what I mean? Deb is awesome. Let's give her a round of applause. Give a little shout out to Deb. Thanks for being here. But here we go, 20-10 this ball game. Commanders kind of just milking this thing out. And there we go. After this game, I got to take out the garbage. Not a big fan of taking the garbage out, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. I'm looking at this commercial. Oh, that was a good one right there. A lot of blue in Cincinnati. That'll happen, you know what I mean? All those kind of, Midwest states, easy to travel. Tesla's just scored for the Lions. Yeah, there you go. So the Lions are blowing this thing up. We're at commercial here for the Commanders-Chargers game. Both these games are pretty much over, but we could chit-chat, you know what I mean? What you want to talk about? Hammer to chat over here. We're at 388 folks watching live, just short of 400 people, you know what I mean? This is a Velveeta week. It's not good cheese, but it will do. Dude, there's no bad cheese. I guess sometimes there is. There can be. But I can rock with some Velveeta, you know what I mean? I can rock with some Velveeta. Here we go. Jaden Daniels going to pistol 1st down and 10. 7 plays, 76 yards, 4:31 off the clock on this drive. And they're really milking this thing. He's going to toss this thing right side, trying to get the screen going, and they're going to get it, and he's going to be close to the 1st down marker. I think might be just shy. But that was a big time play inside. I think that was inside the 15, maybe even more. Second time out for the Chargers. Yeah, so they're milking this thing. Just milking it. My wife got, when she went to the grocery store, she got some the mac and cheese bites. You know, I get there's a place in Lena, Wisconsin, that Dairy Bar. They're closed now. They're a seasonal place. They're only open in summer. But they have these mac and cheese bites that are so good. I go there just for them. But my wife got some in the grocery store. I actually might do like a review on them. You know, they're just some like no brand, whatever. I don't even know what they are. But I'm sure they're fantastic. Phil says, Matt, we know what you do for work. What about Vince? He's my producer. That's what he does for work. I told him, you can't do nothing else. You can't do nothing else. But here we go. 3:01 to go in the fourth quarter. He's going to hand this thing off up middle. That's going to be a first down to about the 11-yard line. So Washington should be able to just, bleed this clock out. One timeout left for San Diego. A heck of a weekend. Brewers crushed Cubs, and Packers didn't lose. You know what I mean? Can't hate that. My fantasy team did not do good. Let me check out the old fantasy team. I even started a guy who wasn't even playing, so that's how good my fantasy team did. And I don't really mind that mistake because I probably wasn't going to win anyways, as long as my backup running back doesn't go off tonight. I got Stevenson for the Patriots. If he gets like 40 points tonight, I'll be very upset. Right now I'm down 59.84 points to 84, so it's not looking good for me. It wasn't my week. I had a lot of buys. Decisions were made, you know what I mean? But here we go. We're back to this game. Daniel's going to be in shot. A little pistol action, actually. 2:57 to go in the fourth. He's going to try to run this thing, hands it off left side, and that's going to be a couple yards there. That was first down and 10. The positive for Browning this fourth quarter, as long as the defense plays a 10-yard buffer on his receivers, he looks pretty good. Yeah, when they're in like prevent defense, he does all right. Matt is mother and Vince is Ed Gein. Only does things for mother. That's what it is. 2:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Second down and 8. Jaden Daniels is going to be under center. He's got a man in the backfield. Looks like running formation to me. And now we're going to have a timeout. You know what I mean? Just let it end. All right, we're at a commercial over here, but we're not going nowhere. Where can we go? You know what I mean? All right, so what are we thinking? All right. So what are you thinking? How do you feel? Like we were watching the Bengals game earlier, obviously. How do you think the Packers stack up against the Bengals? 'Cause I think that should be a situation. Packers coming off a bye week should go in there and just slaughter the Bengals. They're going to be at home. It should be a good game. I'm loving it. All right, so Phil said we need a running back with the last name Loving. That's what he meant to say. Why do we need that, Phil? Just like Cincy Browning Brown. Oh, okay, I get you.
Oh, God, that's all I need.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not sure that joke landed, Philly boy. I'm going to go on a beer run. I'll be right back. Here we go. Toot toot. I'm trying fourth quarter wearing us down, or is it just Ivan? You know what I mean? I think Ivan's, What's he talking about? It has to be get right game. They need to crush with authority. Yeah, they need to come out swinging, dude. Packers next week taking on the Bengals. The Bengals are not, with old Joe Burrow, they're just not that force. They're not a scary team. They got to go in there and just handle business. They're at home. Get right game. Get some people back. Get the offensive line right. Playing in Lambeau Field. In front of everyone. Go out there. Bust some chops, you know what I mean? He said, Jesus, where's the beer fridge? It's on the other side of the basement. I got a smaller one, but that doesn't keep me as cold. But so here we go. We're going to run left side to the Commanders, and that's going to be close to the 5-yard line. I think about the 5.5, just about the 6-yard line. And they're just wearing this thing out.
The Bengals just scored again. It's 35-24.
35-24. So that just that'd have been a more interesting game to watch than this thing. They really screwed us on this one. From now on, when they switch games, I'm sticking with it. Sticking with the game I started with from now on. Question we don't want to ask, where is Lovie Smith? Dude, I don't know where. Wasn't he in college for a little bit? I don't know where Lovie Smith is. We had ourselves a Higgins touchdown over there. So the Bengals can get after it, when the game is out of reach. 35-24 Lions, 3:01 to go. We definitely should have stuck with that game. Now look at us. You know what I mean? Decisions were made. That's all I can say. I apologize. I listened to the chat, though. That was the problem.
We are definitely going to have a meeting with the NFL about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil is picking on me. I love the guy. Ivan, he's been drinking. You know what I mean? Ivan's getting after it. He likes the twice. You know what I mean? But
now, did I read right? Did Phil say he was about 3 hours away from Lambeau Field? Was that correct?
I think so. I don't remember.
Because I know that's about where I'm from. So he's so Phil, are you like in Wisconsin, southern part of the state? Is that
he's like in
from?
the same circle area.
Yeah.
Might be. Let's see what Phil's talking about. He says he's talking to Robert East. He said, good people too. He can see himself out too. I don't know what Robert said. Let's check out what Robert said. Go back up here and find out what he said. I'm not sure what he's talking about. It was me. That reminds me of, you know what I'm talking about? Anyways, maybe not. He said Bengals can play serious once they're down 14+ and the opposing team defense is playing from the locker room. Yeah, I mean, the Lions managed that game pretty much the whole game, even though they didn't play probably as good as they wanted to, especially in the first little bit. But yeah, that they were in control that whole game. Bengals got after a little bit at the end, so Packers need to go in there and punch them in the face. You know what I mean? I feel like you punch the Bengals in the face. They're down their quarterback. Your defense, the Packers' defense is going to get after it. They're going to have pressure on them, make some mistakes for not so good quarterback. But here we go in this game. 2 minutes to go. 3rd down and 5. Commanders are up 20-10. It's going to be a Commanders win unless something crazy happens right here. They're going to be a run, and nothing there, dude. Loss of a couple yards to try to run this thing left side.
Boom! He's on his back. You'll feel that one tomorrow.
Everyone is announcing their departure. Just wanted to say Robert is a good people before he leaves. Okay, I didn't see him say his name, but yeah, for sure, dude. I appreciate everyone who's tuning in today. It's kind of a weird day, like as far as live stream, because we switch games. They say I probably won't do that next time. I'll probably just stick with the game. But I just wanted to watch the game I thought most people were watching. At the time, seemed like a good idea, but we're still 20-10 over here. We have just under 400 people watching live, though. We peaked right here. I don't think we've ever had 400 people watching live throughout the thing, so I think they're just coming in here at the end to see what's going on. Check out the old podcast, the Mr. Producer, man. Good timing. The Matt Ramage Show. Download it, subscribe, follow all the places that you listen to podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Google, all the places that have podcasts. I'm probably going to be there, you know what I mean? Representing Fox Valley, baby. Tennessee is about to win, he says. Yeah, the NFL screwed us in this one. They gave us this trash game. I ain't gonna lie to you. This game, watching the end of this game, was not worth it. You know what I mean? I don't know why they would do this to you. Like, if you have just like regular TV, you don't really have a lot of channels, and this is what they do to you, this will never happen to me again. This is the last time the NFL gets me. Like, hey, you're watching this game that you kind of care about. It kind of means something. I hate to blow it, so let me watch this other game that doesn't mean anything at all. And also, it's not a blowout, but it's also out of reach. So here we go, 1:14 to go in this fourth quarter. Jane Dan is going to be in shotgun. He's back to throw. He's got pressure. He's looking towards the end zone. He gets it there. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Commanders. And they're just going to blow this thing up. So now it's going to be 26-10. But there we go. You know what I mean? No, it's good. From now on, like I say, we'll probably get a strict rule where we stay with the game that we start. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Learning process. It is what it is. Frosty the Snowman. You know what I mean? I appreciate you always being here. Ivan says, representing the Green Bay, Wisconsin, home of the 13-time world champion Green Bay Packers. You know what I mean there, Ivan? And Philly Boy always reminding us with the scoreboard. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to eat some mac and cheese bites after this stream. That's what I'm thinking about. And then I got to take the garbage out. Here we go with the kick up the middle. It's going to be good. Debo. Couldn't happen to a better Harbaugh. Oh, you're talking about up there. All right. All right, we got Brady on the screen over here. 7-10 Super Bowl champion. Just imagine that being under your name. It's so stupid. It's crazy. Go to Max in Green Bay. Love that place. Dude, Max Macaroni and Cheese place is good, right? You're in Green Bay over on Oneida Street. Very, very good place. Also, 888 Cheese and Company. It's like it's off the exit over there, like Swamico area. Very, very good. Underrated place. Kind of off the exit. Kind of hard to find. Like to find it, you have to be going there. But 888 Cheese and Company. Dude, they got burgers like macaroni and cheese in it. They have all different types of meals. Macaroni and cheese, burgers, just different cool stuff. Very a unique place. So also Max in Green Bay. Dude, fantastic. Dude, you come to me if you want to know where to eat in Green Bay. If you want to eat, some not so healthy stuff. You know what I mean? They probably got healthy options. I don't need them. Here's the kickoff. They're going to be a touchback. They're talking about the miscues in this day's game. In this game. We kind of missed all these. Oh, they had a running into the punter type of situation. Interception. We saw that. But with the bye week this week, the good news is we have a Packers football every week until February. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think they're going to come out swinging too. So we got, and the Titans just won. The Titans are the team that I always talk about. No one cares about. They won 108 to go. First down and 10. Commanders are the Chargers. Quick pass over here, and he's going to get to close to the first down mark. That's about a 9-yard gain. I think a lot of you stopped caring about this game a while ago. And now they got their backups in. Herbert's not even playing. So really, who cares? 52 seconds ago, they're going to let these guys play like it's a JV team, getting their little shot to get attention. And that's going to be a quick pass reception. 44 seconds to go. First down. Oh, yeah, we have a bye week in January probably, locking that number 1 seed up and whatnot. You know what I mean? Here we go. Lance is his name. He gets sacked. He got sacked. So,
boom! He's on his back. You'll feel that one tomorrow.
Dude, I don't know. This ending of this game, the Chargers are a good team. Everyone's talking about the Chargers. I didn't really watch a Chargers game. I just watched whatever it was, the last quarter of this game. Absolute trash. This was absolute trash can game. But shout out to the Commanders. Commander fans, you get this 27-10. I don't know what happened at the beginning of this game, but Commanders, they got after it. What they're going to be 3-2. Both these teams will be 3-2. The Commanders are 2-2, going to 3-2. Chargers are 3-1, going to 3-2. Third down and 15, and there we go. And if y'all want amazing and delicious food and fantastic staff and you're in Green Bay, head over to the fantastic Stadium View Bar. Dude, Stadium View got some good stuff over there. We're going to see this play over here. He's going to try to scamper this thing. He's going to go out of bounds to shut the clock down at 5 seconds. But yeah, Stadium View, dude, they have a good bar. They have a good everything. They have concerts. They have bands playing. They have upstairs. They have downstairs. They have different places. And Stadium View is the top spot if you're going to be partying those like the area, Lambeau Field, because you got Stadium View, you got Anduzzi's, you got the bar. Even Kroll's over there. I don't know what's going on over there, but like during the game they get concerts and stuff there too. But Stadium View to me is the number one spot. Number one spot to stop to a pregame, postgame, the night before the game. Like Stadium View is the spot. They got good food too. Here we go. Back death throw. Gonna be a quick pass, and he's gonna be at the 20-yard line. Don't go out of bounds because the game is over, dude. Here we go, and that's 4th down and 4, and final 27-10. Cardinals got absolutely smoked. It's a smoke show over here. But here we go. So let's Karen tap back in. Karen says, thank you guys for a good show today. Have a good night. See you all tomorrow. Tomorrow night, Monday Night Football. We're going to have ourselves a good game. We got the Kansas City Chiefs taking out, I believe, the Jags. You know what I mean? And it's going to be absolutely a good time. The producers got some good graphics coming up here. So come hang out Monday Night Football. Andy Reid will be there. And I want to say what's up to Karen right here with $2. Over on the YouTube. I appreciate you, Karen. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Yeah, there we go. You got a $2 donation from Karen. I appreciate you, Karen. You are absolutely the best. I appreciate you always being here. Very, very loyal. And now they're talking about the end of this Lions game. I think we're just gonna wrap this thing up, dude. I don't even care anymore. The Lions are gonna win this game. But here we go. Shout out to Ivan. Shout out to Philly Boy. I'm out, dude. I'm out. I'm done. I can't go back to another game. We are out of here. Thanks for watching, Philly Boy. Thanks, Ivan. Thanks, Karen. Thanks everyone who tuned in. And shout out to the producer, Vince. But we're gonna be out of here. Peace out.